all the customers. That's Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope your day's been going well. Hey, Nemesaur. Hope your game night went good. Social Warlock, aka Trey, with 51 months, says, yo, that jumped up. I think the counter is busted. Wait, what jump? Oh, your months? Fine. Fine. A lot of months. I'm enjoying some pizza-flavored goldfish crackers. So today we're doing another VHS vault. Got a lot of fun stuff pulled up. We're going to start with a Nintendo holiday season training video from, if there was a year attached to this, 1993. That'll be fun. MH Dark Beast with a link says, all praise Hannah, our Blu-ray queen. So did you catch the news from San Diego Comic-Con's Marvel Hall H panel? Thoughts? I'm assuming this is the Doom casting. Yeah, I can't play this for copyright reasons. Look, I think in a vacuum, Robert Downey Jr. would play a really good Doctor Doom. Here's my concern, afraid they're gonna make him a multiverse, Iron Man, or a multiverse Tony Stark. And I don't like that. So I'm fine as long as it literally has no connection with Iron Man. If they try to force it, It also feels a little desperate. It feels a little bit like, please come see our movies. Remember Iron Man? It's whatever. We'll see what happens, but I don't have a lot of confidence in it. But maybe I'll be wrong. Who knows? The Russo brothers are back, so maybe they'll do something good with it. Either way, let's go ahead and get into this first video. Again, this is from Nintendo 1993.
Welcome to Nintendo of America and the Unique Power of Choice Product Demonstration Seminar.
Yeah, and all that. D-U-L-L, boring, man.
This is the 90s! You can't do boring business presentations. That Super Nintendo Aladdin game is pretty good. Did I know Robert Downey Jr. was up for Doom in the original Fox Fantastic Four movies? I didn't know that. Good for him that he didn't get it that time. Oh my god, it was a reptilian child. Looks just like me as a kid.
Hey, welcome to the Nintendo team and the 1993 holiday demonstration program. I'm Ben. Nice to meet you. During this holiday season, you and your store will be representing the largest manufacturer of video games in the world. You know, Nintendo. And during this thing here with me, you'll see why 70 million other game player dudes across the world are Nintendo nutso. It's radical fun, man. But first...
Chat, give me a 1 in chat if you're Nintendo nutso.
A history lesson.
Catchy.
And now, the condensed version of the history of Nintendo.
Oh, that's the guy that does, and now, coming soon on video cassette. It's the same voice actor.
1889, Nintendo Kopai is established to manufacture Hanafuda, or playing cards.
Here, I'll pull him up.
And now, coming soon to video cassette.
Same guy.
Cards that are still produced today. 1959, Nintendo enters first licensing agreement with Walt
I
Disney.
can't picture things, but boy, I can match noises.
Producing Mickey Mouse playing cards.
Why did they do that read like that? Did they make him do that?
1981, Donkey Kong hits the arcades. 1985, the Nintendo Entertainment System is introduced in the
My
United
favorite official Nintendo property is Super Hornio Brothers.
States.
Google it.
1987, Legend of Zelda becomes a legendary success. 1988, the very first issue of Nintendo Power Magazine is published.
I had the last issue of Nintendo Power, because I was a subscriber for years until they finally stopped publishing it, which was sad. I get it. I understand that, like, the print magazine business has really, really collapsed because of the internet. But man, there was something about video game magazines. I had Nintendo Power and Game Informer, and it was so nice. Just have them, learn about upcoming games, read reviews.
1989, Game Boy is introduced, featuring the super puzzle game Tetris. 1991, Nintendo launches the Super NES 16-bit system. 1992, Mario Paint and the Super NES Super Scope are introduced. 1993, Super FX chip technology arrives. Nintendo once again leading the way into the future.
Very historical. Anyway, you've got 3 objectives.
Very
First,
historical.
Get each customer to buy the Nintendo system or accessories that no normal human could live without. You know, like help them make the right choice. Next, get the kids and the adults to get their hands on the cool demo units in your store. And third, answer all the questions the customer has about the competition. You know, technical stuff. Sounds like a lot, huh? Nah, chill. We got it all worked out. We'll help you. I got the action on all the key areas, like how to set up your Mario display and use your brochures, and everything you ever wanted to know about Nintendo's awesome product line. I'm also going to tell you how to fill out the paperwork. No. That's
Self-aware.
the good news. That's how to get some cash. You get to play games with the customers
Remember when they used to actually give commission to people who worked at stores who sold stuff?
over the next month, and on top of it all, you even get
Ben Kagami says, so they're just gonna forget Samus and Metroid? Damn it, Nintendo, give our girl the respect she deserves.
a certificate of achievement, a really awesome piece of paper that tells everyone you represent a Nintendo, so you'll
Oh, great. Can I pay my rent with this certificate? I think my landlord will probably make fun of me if I try and hand them this Mario certificate.
be like the envy of your entire neighborhood. Cool, huh? Oh, okay.
Do they think their employees are 10? Because presumably their employees are 15 to 18 that they're expecting to watch this, if not older.
Let's get started. You should have a bunch of stuff that came into the store in a big white box that this tape came out of. It has all your supplies in it. Tell them what to look for, Ed. That's the stuffy announcer type dude.
Thanks, Ben. A stand-up Mario standee display demonstration station with a checklist to match up to the contents. 100 of the following brochures for handouts to interested customers. The product line brochure covering Super NES, Game Boy, and the original NES. The Super NES brochure. Sports pages for customers interested in sports games, and 300 games.
It's weird to me that they were still selling like the NES and the SNES next to each other this late, because this is like 2 years after the Super Nintendo came out. That's just surprising to me that they were still selling the NES in stores new next to the Super Nintendo. It doesn't usually happen these days. You'll get maybe a year where you have both. I don't know, this is coming on 3, because this is in December, so...
Game tip sheets.
Griffin Doggo.
A training binder with 5 laminated sheets in the back details all the key features and benefits.
Imagine it's 1993 and you're the kid that gets the normal NES instead of the SNES.
Nintendo's
What a loser.
Products. Make sure to read the binder after watching this video. There is also a Game Pack directory noting game release dates and other cool info. Review these sheets. They are handy reference tools. One-time available
You know what month in 1994 that was, Bella Lugosi?
Poster to be hung in your store window where you write in your schedule each workday. 2 of 4 different buttons.
The funny thing is, it's not like the Super Nintendo was backwards compatible, so if you wanted to play NES and SNES games, you needed both anyway, I guess.
To wear on your vest. 3 Nintendo Power Players guides for customer reference to attach to the stand-up Mario demonstration station. The Super Mario All-Stars Players Guide, the Street Fighter II Turbo Players Guide, and the Mario Paint Players Guide.
It's paint! Fucking make art!
1 small screwdriver to adjust displays if needed. 1 vest and hat to wear
I
well.
think that's the most excited anyone's ever been about a small screwdriver. A small screwdriver!
Working on this job. 1 Nintendo keychain with 2 keys to open displays. 1 pocket information card to be carried for reference. 1 roll of Mario stickers for handouts to kids.
Yeah, for kids. I'm not gonna steal those and take them home and just stick them wherever I want.
A Super Mario All-Stars and NHL Stanley Cup Game Pack manual.
To this day, Super Mario All-Stars is the best deal Nintendo has ever done on a game. What an incredible package and so many games for a solid price. And then they put out Super Mario 3D All-Stars and it's a bare bones piece of shit. I was so disappointed. Griffin Doggo, thanks for a 3-stream streak, says, getting ads for American things on a VHS tape hits different.
So you can show customers how to play the games. And 1 of 5 different banners.
Freeze, Ed. You forgot to tell them what they get for free. Bono gifts, dudes.
And they got rid of, in Mario 64, they got rid of the backwards long jump up the stairs glitch. That's, like, famous. That's not cool.
That's right, man. Our lucky demonstrators will also get to keep 1 Mario thermal travel mug and a Mario Paint pen with flashlight keychain. Mario Paint, the power to create.
I wonder if any of those Mario Paint flashlight keychains exist anywhere except landfills.
But that's not all. At the end of the program, they also receive the hat, the vest, the Nintendo keychain, the 2 buttons, and the stand-up Magician Mario display. All this courtesy of Nintendo, makers of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Super NES, the best play here. Now, back to you, Ben.
Thanks, Mr. Announcer, dude. Hey, here's a hot tip. When you go through the box of stuff, use a checkoff sheet in the setting up section of the binder to make it easy. You know, kind of like a shopping list. And hey, that's a lot of stuff. So if you're missing any of those supplies Ed went on and on about, check out the supply section of your training binder thing and dial the 1-800 number to get what you need.
Wonder what that number is now. Benigami says, I noticed how they're quietly ignoring that in Donkey Kong, Jumpman is trying to recapture an escaped ape who's getting revenge for being abused in the circus, and Donkey Kong Jr. is trying to rescue his father from the Jumpman who's holding his father hostage to torment him into circus performance. Yeah, it's messed up.
Also,
have they ever definitively confirmed Jumpman is the same exact character as Mario? I feel like Mario Odyssey sort of implies maybe not. I don't know, though.
Sometime around December 1st, you'll get a box delivered that
Like, I could see it being Mario's dad.
looks just like this. It'll have additional brochures and stuff to hand out, and it will also contain 2 new handouts, a cool Mario Paint handout and gameplay guidelines brochure that is geared more towards parents. It tells about how Nintendo has reduced violence in its games and about the strict standards they have to keep games fun for the family. Once you get all this stuff set
But I want to see the blood in Mortal Kombat. This is why I'm buying a Genesis, you pussies.
up, your store's Nintendo area will look at least as good as this. Excellent, huh? Extra materials go in the back of your stand-up displays. Give them to any interested customer who's, like, on the fence about buying the goods. Now, these contaminated...
That's laminated.
Cool. That's the director. These laminated sheets and the player's guides and game pack manuals are for you to spew out great amounts of info on the Nintendo goods to the customers. So read through them. Your store may have some of these decent interactive displays, too, that customers can play games on. If your store has one, get familiar with it and set up your Mario display stand next to it. There's a section in the manual called Displays that covers how to adjust the volume and change out game packs and stuff. That's what your keys are for. Make sure to read about the displays in your store, and if it's not working, call the number listed in that section and let them know. Now, while on the job, feel free to dress cash, but you also gotta be professional. You can wear, like, pants and a nice shirt or blouse for the females, and, you know, shoes and
Super
stuff.
Mario All-Stars remastered completely the graphics of the first and second games. So I disagree.
Are required by law. You also got to wear the vest and the hat so everyone can see you and know you're the Nintendo answer dude. Or dudette. Always keep pen in your pocket, some of each of these brochures and tip sheets. You can wear both buttons. Cool. You're dressed, set up, ready to rock and roll. Time to party on, Wayne. First thing we got to talk about is Nintendo's Super Nintendo Entertainment System. You know, Super NES. It's way cool, and it's the most awesome Nintendo system there is. You gotta recommend it most preeminently for anyone who wants killer graphics and an advanced system. Display? No comparison. Got over 32,000 colors. It can display more moving characters. Check it out. It has way higher resolution and Bono stereo sound. And according to one of those independent type
Love the Aladdin game.
16-bit video game comparison study things done by some dudes named Booz Allen and Hamilton Inc., the Super NES has something called direct access memory time. Kind of like the time it takes to remember that Barney wasn't in Jurassic Park. Yeah, real fast. Anyway, this memory is 88% faster than the competitors. It also can have 60% more moving objects on the screen at one time. Now that is way cool. So don't let anybody tell you Nintendo ain't best. You just show them the comparison chart you got on the back of that blue dilapidated
And
laminated sheet. It's also on the quick reference pocket info card. Now the Super NES comes in 2 different sets. The Super
So was their
set
direct access memory chip just a custom RAM chip, basically? Does anyone, I don't know if anyone here knows old console things.
and the control set. The Super set has it all. Check it out. 16-bit control deck, Super Mario World game pack, 2 high-tech controllers, and RF for the hookup to the TV. And until December 31st, customers can get the Super Mario...
I was at a Comic-Con a couple weeks ago, and there was a store that was selling, or a vendor that was selling all sorts of retro game stuff, and they had this Super Mario All-Stars NES bundle in the box sealed. Incredible.
Mario All-Star games for free when they buy a Super set. They just have to follow the details on the coupon. Make sure to tell all the customers that's a $60 value. By the way,
Benikagami says, yes, I believe Jumpman is Mario's dad in the Yoshi's Island sequel, where all the star children are babies. Baby Donkey Kong is the same one we're familiar with, who's the grandson of Cranky Kong, who is Donkey Kong from the OG Donkey Kong game. I think also there's some obscure thing that mentioned Jumpman as Mario's dad. Sure, that's my headcanon. We'll go with it.
there's extra coupons in your kit.
And I'm gonna say he was a deadbeat.
Next is the
He jumped out of there, joined the wrecking crew, and never saw his sons again.
Super NES control set. It lets the consumer who buys it decide what games and accessories to get. Make sure you have the purchaser get his favorite game to take home with this system, or they'll be real bored right away because they won't be able to play the game or anything. In this box, they get a 16-bit control deck, 1 controller, and RF for the hookup to the TV. Then you hook that up to your RV. Not. The Super NES has
Did an
way
unironic not joke. Holy shit.
cool accessories too, like the Super NES Super Scope, Mario Paint, and Super NES Cleaning Kit. You can get the Super Scope in 2 packages. The Super NES Super Scope 6 with a 6-in-1 game pack, which is
The Super Scope isn't even close to as good as the Zapper, and they should be disappointed at how much of a downgrade it was.
way more awesome because of its great game value. 3
It's also one of my least favorite items in Smash Brothers.
puzzle games and 3 space shooter games come with it. Or the Super NES Super Scope, and they can buy their own choice game, like Metal
It's not
Combat.
better than the Zapper. The Zapper is intuitive. It's a gun. What the fuck is this? Like a shitty bazooka? No.
Falcon's
Plus it needed batteries.
Revenge or Yoshi's Safari. Check this out.
Really? We're doing this? Okay.
Now, two can play the games of the Super NES Super Scope, Yoshi Safari, and Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. So to prepare yourself, you might want to consider some basic training exercises.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that ad today.
Both Super Scope sets come with 6 AA batteries, though, so batteries are included.
All batteries are included.
And they'll run out after like 6 hours of playtime.
Call now.
Yeah, he likes to say stuff like that. Work with your store to set up a Super Scope that people can play. And hey, take some time yourself and learn it. You know, like research and stuff like that. You'll be way more informed. Another great Super NES accessory is Mario Paint. It's even educational and really fun. It lets kids draw their own pictures, has a zillion colors, and even has already pre-made pictures to choose from. It also lets kids animate pictures. They can make mini movies and everything. And wait, that's not all. You can even compose your music with Mario Paint. Kick him.
I think that's maybe not underrated feature, but that's my favorite feature. Because, you know, nowadays there's a lot of like paint programs and you can get any sort of thing on the internet. And I'm sure you could get something like this music maker too, but for the time, kind of a fun thing. You can make your own little boop, 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 boop.
Mario Paint is amazing, and it comes with a Super NES mouse and a mouse pad too.
This was the only game that utilized the mouse, I think. That's a lost opportunity. They could have used that for some stuff, and maybe we could have gotten, as a standard in the future, it could have popularized mice being compatible with consoles. That would have been nice for, like, certain strategy games and shooters and stuff.
Kids and parents love it. Remember, when you get your supplemental box around December 1st, it'll have these Mario Paint info sheets to hand out to customers.
Yeah, the mouse was only used for Mario Paint, so basically you only had it if you played Mario Paint.
They're cool.
And that's not all. There are all kinds of cool accessories for the Super NES, from a variety of controllers to organizers to carry cases. Check with your store to see
Did
what...
several games use the mouse? Were they Japanese only? Maybe I'm just not familiar. I'm not as big into games as I am movies, so I know more about movies than games, so please correct me when I'm wrong.
they have in stock. Now back to you, Ben.
Don't forget to tell them to get a Super NES cleaning kit, too. Whew! The Super NES is an incredible product. But hey, that's not all. No way, dudes. Nintendo's got portable power. It's time for Game Boy. Check this out. Game Boy is the only truly portable game system available on the market. It has over 300 games available for the system. 50% of the players are adults.
The Lynx wasn't out yet, was it?
12 million units sold. Wow. Everybody loves the Game Boy. Some people say they want a color Game Boy, but as soon as you explain the facts, they come to the sudden realization that Game Boy is the product they really want. Here's the truth. Color, dudes, means more poundage. Color products are like 2 times as heavy as Game Boy. Try 2.79 pounds against 10.6 ounces.
Okay, so they're saying it's theirs might technically be portable, but they're not really portable because they're so heavy. Okay.
Game Boy's lightness is what makes it so portable. Color means you gotta use more batteries, and more batteries often means more expensive. Game Boy uses 4 AA batteries that last for as long as 30 hours.
If batteries are a bad thing, why did you use so goddamn many in the Super Scope?
The Color system uses 6 AA batteries, and they last like 3 to 4 hours. Do the math. Game Boy also comes in 2 different packages. The Game Boy set, which is the Game Boy and Tetris, the most mind-bending and most popular puzzle game, plus a game link cable that lets you go head-to-head against another player and get competitive. Of course, each player has to have the same multiple player game pack. Oh yeah, you get 4 AA batteries and stereo headphones to rock out on, too. Then, there's the Game Boy Basic set, which is perfect for people who have a lot of players to shop for. That way they can buy the game pack of their choice to play with. The Basic set comes with the Game Boy, of course, and 4 AA batteries. You gotta love this batteries included thing.
Right, Ben, don't forget, batteries are included.
He really means it. We also have all the extra goods, you know, the accessories like AC adapter, battery pack, so you can plug the Game Boy into the AC, then after recharging the battery pack, you're out the door for 10 more hours of non-stop game action. Hey, we don't want to forget about the one that got the whole thing happening, the NES, or the Nintendo Entertainment System. This jamming system is still happening. It's the original one, and it's got the most games. Over 600 totally cool kicking game packs. It's a lot of software, sports, action adventure, you name it,
No,
NES.
the 10 hours is a dubious claim. Rechargeable batteries of that size back then, I don't think would last that. In fairness, the Game Boy was like really low power draw because it didn't even have a backlight. So it's possible, I guess, but rechargeable batteries have come a long way since the early 90s. Nowadays, no problem. Even with like a normal, you know, your phone lasts 10 hours, hopefully.
The name of the game is the games, right? Hey, it's also got over 75 million happy happening game players. Let's not forget about them. And now it's got 2 designs. One, the original design like this, the challenge set. This set has the 8-bit control deck. The game Super Mario Bros. 3, only the hottest selling game of all time. 2 controllers, and of course the RF and AC adapter to hook it all up. Then, there's the newly designed...
Did I have a Game Boy? The first Game Boy I got was a Game Boy Advance, so I did not have an original Game Boy, though my friends did. So I have played them, I've used them.
and control deck. This system includes the same 8-bit system, but with a much cooler new exterior. It's top-loading, so changing games is quick and easy, and you can set it up
And you can play PAL region games on the top loader, I believe.
right next to the
So that's cool.
Super NES. A new, check it out, high-tech controller, and the usual RF and AC
Way shittier.
for hookup. It shows Nintendo supports the 8-bit system all the way. New games and a new look just prove Nintendo's keeping those 8-bit players in the game. So party on! Wow, dudes, lots of product. If you have any questions on any of this stuff, call Nintendo's Consumer Service Hotline toll-free. It's in the help section of the manual. Hey, we talked setup, we talked product, let's talk games. Because like I said before, the name of the game is the games. So what's hot and new this holiday? Let's take a look, shall we? For the Super NES, there's another killer sports game to add to the lineup, NHL Stanley Cup, with the coolest Mode 7 scaling spins that track the action.
I always find the games that are 2D, sort of 2.5, like D, where they're trying to sort of simulate 3D, but they're not actually rendering a 3D environment interesting. Just the trick is always interesting how they pull it off, whether it's something like this or Doom. One of the Jurassic Park games had some first-person sections that were kind of eh. Fester's Quest did as well on the NES. That was real primitive, but...
Super Mario Bros. All-Stars. This game pack includes 4 games in one. A must-have for the Super Mario Bros. Enthusiast, including Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, which have been tweaked to 16-bit graphics and stereo.
This
Plus,
is actually how I played the original Mario Brothers the first time, was in this version.
the Mondo Lost Levels. This game pack is free when you buy a Super NES Superset. Mortal Kombat, the game everyone's talking about. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, radical follow-up to the intense Street Fighter. Yoshi's Safari, Yoshi's on the loose again, but this time for your Super Scope. Metal Combat, Falcon's Revenge, the newest and kickin'est shooter game for the Super NES Super Scope. Then for Game Boy, Kirby's Pinball. Play arcade pinball on your Game Boy. No quarter required. It's cool. Kirby's the ball. The Legend of Zelda. No quarter required. It's cool. Kirby's the ball.
Kirby's the ball. Deep Lord says it's amazing how much time this guy's spending trying to sell Nintendo stuff, but isn't spending some second of effort stopping 9/11. Feels fairly culpable at this point, lazy-ass gamer.
The Legend of Zelda. Link's Awakening. Based on the classic Zelda series.
I have a joke, but I can't make it because it would sound like I'm advocating 9/11, which I don't.
Games. Now you can take Link with you. It's 4 megs of battery-packed adventure. Portable party, dude. And for the original...
Fuck it. This is a joke. This is a joke. I'm a character. You know, man, maybe America's international imperial agenda needs to end. Radical! Alright.
NES, Tetris 2. The ever-popular Russian puzzle game goes a step further. It's tough. Kirby's Adventure. It's Kirby, the floating, inhaling, enemy exhaling dude in Kirby's Adventure for the NES. Okay, now, I stocked your brain up on Nintendo. Let me update you on talking to the customers. First of all, don't be a pushy used car sales dude fast talking
We only advocate femboy 9/11. True!
Customers to death. We don't want that image. Hey, that's my car. You want it?
Hey, this car is you, pal. It has your name written all over it. Not.
Don't
2 not jokes in the same video. We're wealthy today.
be a pushover either.
The password is the second plane has hit the femboy.
Be assertive, and hey, you're really doing the consumer a favor when you explain why Nintendo is so great. So try these simple tips. Get your store's customers rocking with your suave, bold demeanor. Be enthusiastic and talk video game fun. Don't be fake or too technical. Be real and tell them why Nintendo is so cool. Here's the really fun part. Use the hands-on demo and displays to show the people the Nintendo products.
Oh, I painted my nails with that nail polish that was gifted to me that matches this, by the way. Well, that's cool.
Mac gameplay action. Your store has agreed to set up a Super NES and TV for you to demo with. If they don't have a Super NES display already, make sure you have a Super NES up and running to show top games like NHL Stanley Cup and Super Mario All-Stars. Check it out. These guys will show you how it's done.
You know, I was talking to the guy over there, and he told me that there's a color portable system available.
Well, you know, color does have its drawbacks. And one of
That guy can get fucked. His name is Randy, and I know for a fact his wife is divorcing him.
those happens to be the weight of the unit. I mean, the unit's going to weigh about 3 pounds as opposed to 10.6 ounces with the Game Boy. Also, you're going to pay a price. You're going to pay a lot in batteries, too.
Look, you gotta ask questions to know what the customer is looking for, so ask. Number 1, what type of
Hats off. What do you want me to wear? It depends on if it's compatible with this.
features or games are you interested in? Number 2, how old's the player? Number 3, how experienced is the player? You know, stuff like that. Take the answers and show them how Nintendo meets their needs.
Hi.
Hi.
You're the Nintendo person, right?
Uh-huh.
Great. Why are they redesigning the NES?
Well, by redesigning
Why
the
are they
NES
redesigning the NES? I must know. I must know the answer.
system, Nintendo is actually showing its commitment
Add the judge wig under the witch hat. This is gonna be a nightmare. Thanks.
to the 8-bit market. You can still use the over 600 games that are available
I
for
need to
the
get a better
original 8-bit
Judge wig.
system, as well as all the accessories. But it has a new top-loading feature that makes it really neat.
Great, thanks.
Hey, did you see how she did that? Check it out again.
It has a new top-loading feature that makes it really neat.
Great, thanks.
All right, now
Aren't
look.
I so pretty, chat? Ugh.
Use those decapitated sheets.
Man, come on, that's...
Easy, boy. I was just testing to see if you were still with me. Cool. Now look, use the laminated sheets to explain the products to the customers. The legal size yellow sheet answers tough questions. The legal size blue sheet compares our system with the competition. The blue sheet shows the Super NES games and systems. The pink sheet shows NES and Game Boy systems and accessories. And the orange sheet shows hot new titles, Mario Paint and Super FX chip info.
Hi, Nintendo, huh? Well, you know, it's getting close to Christmas, and I'm getting ready to get a game
PK the Lost is your roommate? I can't make a joke because it'll feel like I'm inciting violence.
pack for my children. But I've been watching a lot of
Looks a
news
bit
reports
sweaty.
on violence
Yep.
in video games, and I'm quite concerned about that. You know, I really want to make a good choice for them. And quite frankly, with all these reported violence and things like that, I'm just about ready to get rid of all my systems.
I understand. Nintendo's actually been concerned about violence in video games for quite some time. We actually have this brochure for parents. It details some of the things we look at when we make video games.
Wow, that's great.
All right, now listen, people. Very crucial point. Listen in.
Hi.
Hi. I was talking to the other guy over there, and he told me that the other system actually is better sound, better graphics, is an overall better system, so I'm not sure which one to get.
Let me show you this comparison chart.
So, like, I don't understand how stores worked back in the day. Why are they acting like there's a Sega guy over there and there's a Nintendo guy over here? Like, wouldn't there be a salesman for the electronics section that just says both? Why would the company be telling you specifically to, like, promote their product over another? Did they have representatives from the company in both? Like, that seems insane. Like, I'm so confused by the makeup of this.
This shows that in every category, the Super NES is superior to the competition.
It was, yeah, I understand the console wars, but what I'm asking is, did Sega also send a video and tell them, no, you need to promote our system? Like, how do you comport this with you not directly working for Nintendo? You know what I mean? Like, is Nintendo just asking you to, for no reason, promote them over Sega? Why would you? Who cares? I don't get it. Pittigrin says, the lack of violence is why I had a Genesis so I could enter the blood code for Mortal Kombat.
Not only that, but if you buy the Super NES Super Set right now, you can get a free Super Mario All-Stars game pack.
Yeah, I see it does come with a game pack, Super Mario World.
Oh, that's Super Mario World that comes with the system. I'm talking about Super Mario All-Stars that comes in addition. Super Mario All-Stars is a 4-in-1 game pack valued at over $60. It has Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels, never before seen.
Wow, so I get not only the one that's included with the system, but an additional one.
Yeah.
Plus, it sounds like it's a better system overall.
He's a representative, not a store employee. So they would send representatives to the stores to talk with people. That's bizarre. Harold Elbelman with a 5-stream streak says, capitalism is often insane in the short term as well as utter madness in the long term.
I think I'll get this one.
Great. Don't forget your coupon.
Okay.
For a limited time, there were independent contractors at stores showing off systems. It was nuts. That's weird. Ashley One Up says, don't disrespect the console wars, Hannah. My father died in the Great Sega Nintendo War on the aisles of Toys R Us in Christmas 1991.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Ben! Hey, Ben!
I guess he's Nintendo-dead.
Cool. Oh, dudes, remember, discussions with customers about the competition can be tricky, so make sure you don't fall into the usual traps. You don't ever want to mention the name of the competition. You also don't
That's not practical.
want to knock, degrade, insult, or make rude and unseemly noises and derogatory comments about the competition's products. Talk about all the good stuff about our products instead. You may also hear rumors. When you're out there, perceptions do not always match reality. So don't be surprised to hear these common objections or criticisms about Nintendo. Nintendo is not cutting edge or not coming out with the most advanced, coolest products like the CD-ROM.
Wow. They wojacked. This is just a wojack. We drew you as the beta wojack. Oh, you care about CD-ROMs? Fucking nerd.
Not!
Oh, a third not joke! We did it! 3 not jokes!
Let's get real. CD-ROM, yeah, it's great for big piles of information, but Nintendo's not gonna bring out a product when there's not a way to get fast action and cool interactive fun out of it. Nintendo doesn't think CD-ROM technology offers enough to players. Yet. Hey, read my lips. CD-ROM is slow. Nintendo fans expect the best, and CD-ROM can't deliver yet. But Nintendo is on the cutting edge, actually light years beyond, dudes. In fact, with the Silicon Graphics partnership for a 64-bit system and the Nintendo hardware for the airlines happening, coffee, tea, Mario, Nintendo is going way beyond in creating fun for the future of gameplay. Check.
I'm sorry, their rhetorical response to their not cutting edge is that they're gonna sell people rental time to play games on an airplane? Alright.
Check this out. Roll tape.
Once upon a time, video games were just barely video and just barely games.
Don't disrespect Pong consoles like that.
While hailed as an escape from board games, players found themselves bored anyway. Then Nintendo
So you gotta get the Odyssey and put that haunted house graphic over it. Spooky times.
came along and redefined the category. With vastly superior video...
Really? Your first one to show was Zelda 2? Okay.
More challenging games and just a little character. Kids couldn't get enough of Mario and his adventures. So Nintendo introduced Super NES, and Mario's 8-bit land exploded into a 16-bit world. With a devotion to consistently advanced gameplay, Nintendo has continued to break new ground with Mode 7 graphics and the Super FX chip, which delivers the most realistic action on the market today. But as a company that has always led the industry, Nintendo continues to look forward. And with an eye to the future, tomorrow begins today. Nintendo, the world's leader in video games, has joined forces with Silicon Graphics, the world's leader in visual computing, to introduce the most exhilarating, breathtakingly realistic 3D video entertainment ever witnessed. Project Reality. Leagues beyond any currently available or anticipated hardware, Project Reality will bring to home video players the same...
Project Reality was the code name for the Nintendo... Wait, no. Was this a Nintendo... This was the Nintendo 64, right? Or was this... Virtual Boy? No, this was the code name for the N64. Okay.
Types of astounding visual effects seen in movies, like Terminator 2.
Because I know they originally called it like the Nintendo 64 Ultra or the Nintendo Ultra 64, and then they dropped the Ultra.
And Jurassic Park.
What was up with that Jurassic Park logo?
When this tech effects seen in movies, like Terminator 2. And
looks like someone tried to draw the Jurassic Park logo from memory. Look at that. What is that? What the fuck? I'm getting Mandela affected. What in the world?
In Jurassic Park, when this
the font wasn't even right.
Technology is made interactive, players won't just watch their TV screens, they'll dive headfirst right through them.
That sounds like it would hurt. I don't know what this is, but it's dope. Oh no! We're gonna do 9/11!
Imagine it!
Oh god!
Video entertainment that looks
okay, cut away, we're good.
and sounds like nothing you've ever seen before!
This is good saxophone.
A world that is like a dream come true.
Boo! Bring back the saxophone!
That sort of takes your imagination go way off.
This kind of stuff is just rocket, and it's much better when it's fast.
They're fun, they're cool. I want to play a video game
It's funny that they're showing pre-rendered graphics from Silicon, sorry, I already forgot the name of the company. The one that they did the N64 with. But that's not really what it looks like when you're live rendering graphics on an N64, so this gives an impression of something that isn't really realistic.
takes me anywhere I want to go and lets me be anything I want to be. I lost my head.
I like the Ants movie.
It wouldn't just look different, it would feel different.
Super duper sound. Yeah, a lot of action. Cool graphics.
Ants is anti-imperialist and Bug's Life is pro-labor, so if you watch them back to back with your kids, maybe they'll grow up leftists.
We don't just want to play the games, we want to be right inside them.
That may have felt like
B-movie is visual jazz.
the 21st century, but these phenomenal effects will be dazzling arcade game players this time next year. And by the end of 1995, Project Reality will be a reality to all home players as well. No other system will offer this dimension of realism. No other manufacturer can promise this.
Was there a period where they were selling in stores the NES, Super Nintendo, and N64? Or by the time of the N64, had they pushed NES out of stores? Because what a strange time if there was a period where all three were selling at once in the same locations.
Scope of play. With this marriage of game-making expertise and technical wizardry, home video entertainment just took on a whole new dimension.
64-bit Nintendo in the arcades in 94 and in your house in 95. Nintendo is leading the way. Now, let's talk sports. Nintendo, short on sport? I don't think so.
Do I look like I'm into sports?
We've got great sport games for Super NES, Game Boy, and NES. And we're talking awesome sound and soundtracks. Better in-the-game perspective with Mode 7 scaling and rotation, more game features and options, and incredible graphics. Just look at the Super NES NHL Stanley Cup hockey. The players' movements were modeled from videos taken of actual players. So your players have all the moves and shots just like the pros. You can even save all your stats and go a full season. Need I say more? He shoots, he scores. Nintendo Rama, making the sports games. Look.
I'm sorry, was that a Making Copies reference? Oh my god. Oh my god. Rob Schneider.
Make sure to give this cool sports
Making sports game
to customers who are into sports. Okay, you got all that. Nintendo is truly awesome. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Now look, there's two more things you gotta know about. Number one, how to complete the forms, and number two, what to do with all this stuff at the end of the demo. Forms. You gotta complete and sign these things every day. Also, you gotta have the manager
probably get
sign
rid
off.
boxy.
At the end of the program, turn your forms into your store manager. Unless you don't want to get paid, because you get your paycheck from your store. Then, you got to also fill out the evaluation that's in that training binder thing, fold it, and drop it into the mailbox. Then leave this stuff at your store. Extra brochures, sports pages, tip sheets, keys, the white and yellow copies of the reimbursement form, banners, posters, Nintendo Power Players guides, the videotape and binder, the all-star coupons and extra stickers, and the time-available poster. Now, you can keep the following, like Ed the announcer dude said before. You get the hat, you get the vest, Nintendo keychain, Mario paint, pen, and flashlight keyring, the 2 buttons, pink copy of your reimbursement form, the stand-up Mario display, screwdriver, and your Mario thermal travel mug.
Hell yeah, free screwdriver.
And whatever you don't want, you gotta destroy. So hey, party on, Nintendo demonstrators, and have a good time. Hasta Luigi, baby.
Surprise music video, like a Bill Nye video. Well, that's a bad logo. I get it. It's supposed to be like a first, like a 1, and an exclamation point. but it just looks bad. Alright, let's go into the titular video, the Noah's Ark anime. Give it a look. Gotta find it real quick. From my list. There it is. Not too long, so it shouldn't be bad.
Oldest and best-known stories of all time is Noah's Ark, and it comes to us from the Bible. Long, long ago, there was a time in human history when virtually all of the peoples of the world were either at war, quarreling with each other, or breaking the rules of God in other ways. Law and order had broken down to the point where God became disappointed he had created man in the first place.
We watched at least part of this, didn't we? I remember we stopped and looked at these, like, images of sin.
But one man remained obedient to God's wishes. His name was Noah.
He's a glowing one? Didn't know they had radiation back then so readily available. That's an unmotivated match cut.
What do you mean, old man, that the world's going to be devastated? Who in the world put that nonsense in your head?
God is angry because you have forsaken him.
Forsaken him? Forsaken him, he says.
Please listen to me. Please heed my words. There may still be time. In your hearts you must strive never to tell lies, to steal or quarrel with each other, to do those things which make God angry. You must listen to the word of God.
No more lies? No more thievery?
Stop our fighting.
Get out of here, old man. Enough of this foolishness. Who do you think you are coming in here like that?
That's right.
Go on. Get out of here.
Please, you must believe.
The audio doesn't match at all. It's almost like it's dubbed for one of those, like, abridged series.
Me, you
like,
must.
I can hear the person in their, like, bedroom doing the lines.
Noah led his family from village to village, warning the people of God's anger and pleading with them to mend their ways.
This isn't in the Bible. This isn't in the original Noah story, at least.
But alas, they only laughed at him.
I think it might be mentioned by Paul, this stuff, but this isn't in the original story.
Noah tried his best.
Yeah,
but
if you could on YouTube like the stream, I'd appreciate it.
His words of warning were soon forgotten by the idolatrous villagers. And then, one day...
Oh, what a day.
It's all full of thievery and lying, you know, as you do when you're wicked.
Hey, what's going on here? Hey, what's that?
What is it?
It was an ark, a giant ship built by Noah and his family.
Wait, did they not notice him building that for like 600 years? Because in the story, it takes him like a very long time to build the ark. What's that thing that's been there my whole life?
Noah had been ordered by God to build the ark as a refuge for his family and all of the animals of the world.
What kind of fool would build an ark around here? Oh, there's no water for miles. Oh, it's just the old fool Noah.
I mean, even if you think he's crazy, you gotta respect the work ethic. That's an insane amount of construction he did.
What a joke.
Wait. Quiet for a second. Did you hear that? That sound.
Sounds like a harp?
Sounds like some kind of music to me. Hey, you see what I see? Elephants!
Oh, nice. To the VC Archives thing. According to Google, Noah spent between 55 and 75 years building the Ark. I'd rather drown. Fuck, those turtles are booking it. These poor guys. Well, guy and gal, I guess, if they want the mating to work.
Answering God's call, a pair of every animal species in the world was parading to Noah's Ark.
They always get this wrong. It's 2 pairs of most animals, but if they're clean birds, then it's 7 pairs. And there's some other exceptions as well, for eating, I believe, and sacrifice. He was 600 when he finished building the Ark. Noah, according to the Bible, finished the Ark when he was 600 years old.
Father, the storm is coming up. It's coming up fast. We'd better hurry and seal the door.
Just a minute. I have the feeling we've forgotten something.
What are we going to do with all the animal shit?
Oh, well.
We forgot the dinosaurs!
There's always room for 2 more. All right. Secure the door.
It was the worst storm the world had ever seen. God rained down lightning and thunder for 40 days and 40 nights. And when the rains finally subsided, the entire world was covered with water. For the next 150 days, Noah and his companions were alone on the sea. Finally, the waters began to recede.
Wow, I don't normally hear the stories as told to children recognize. Normally they just say like, oh, 40 days and 40 nights, and then it was done, and they kind of skip over the part where they're on the sea for a year, for virtually a year as the water goes down.
It was then that Noah released the 2 crows to look for land. But dry land was nowhere to be found. The ark was down to its last supplies of food.
I mean, the unicorns are in the back and they're looking nice and meaty, so...
I'm sorry, but this is all we have for today.
The next morning, the rooster was even too hungry to crow. Things were looking very bad. Noah decided once more to look for land, and this time released the 2 doves into the sky. But all they could find was one barren patch of mountaintop. Certainly no place for Noah's band to begin a new life. 7 days later, they were completely out of food. Noah once again released the doves and prayed that they would find a place to land.
I mean, you can literally see
Noah
islands.
and his family then began the long vigil, waiting for the doves' return.
Look! They're returning!
The doves were returning, and in their beaks they carried olive branches, proof that they had found fertile land, safe to begin their new lives.
And thus a symbol of peace was born!
Noah had placed his faith in God, and his prayers were answered.
We've all been saved! Everyone, look! It's the sun! Hooray! Hooray, Father! Hooray!
Look,
we've been saved! Thank God!
We must give thanks for this second chance to create a new world where all...
Thanks, God, for murdering all those people and their children. Tommy Robinson says he's been arrested under Terrorist Act. Post on far-right activists' X account on day after Central London demonstration says he has been detained by police. I'm not familiar with this guy, actually. Funny, though.
Men can live in peace as brothers. For myself, I will keep my pledge to do my best never to anger God again. We must never have to face such hardship and sadness as we have just been
Hats off. What do you want me to wear?
through.
And so saying, Noah released the animals onto the land so that they might begin their new lives. It was a joyous time for Noah and his family as they bravely...
Yeet the wig? Hell yes. This wig can go fuck itself in the butt.
...began anew, a civilization that continues to the present. For we are all descendants of that wise and holy man.
It was actually a relatively faithful adaptation of the story. Surprising for kids. All right, let's see what we're going to do next. Let's do an infomercial. That sounds good. Where is the commercial? Several. This one's not the oldest, but it does have Mr. T, so...
The following program is a paid advertisement for the Flavorwave Turbo Oven, brought to you by Thane Direct.
If I throw it, I have to go pick it up later.
Hi there, folks. I am Mr. T. And if you're like me, you love great tasting food, but hate spending hours in the kitchen, preparing and cooking and cleaning up the mess. Well, I challenged some friends of mine to come up with a cooking invention that would make it super easy for me to whip up a tasty meal, quick enough to head off a big, fierce appetite. And of course, it had to be low fat. Sounds too good to be true? That's what we're about to discover. They call it the Flavorwave Turbo, and I can't wait to get started because my stomach is
this the one that's basically just a heat lamp?
Rumbling, and I pity the fool that keeps Mr. T waiting.
The Flavorwave Turbo is
Consider
not a
it
microwave,
yeeted.
but an amazing invention that combines 3 types of cooking to turbo cook all your favorite foods up to 3 times faster with no added fat. An appliance with such power and speed will take brick-hard food right from the freezer and have it fully cooked for you 3 times faster than an ordinary oven. Plus, it eliminates 75% of the fat. Imagine mouth-watering turkey in 20 minutes, not an hour.
But the fat's the good part that tastes yummy.
Hour and a half. Barbecue chops in 10 minutes, not 30. That's right, no defrosting, no preheating. Now,
Yeah, they do look really bad. This feels like it's of the era where everyone thought fat was the worst thing, instead of, like, keeping track of, like, sugar and, like, their macronutrients and stuff.
whether your food is fresh or frozen.
The era of Olestra and diarrhea chips.
You can bake, broil, roast, toast, sear, brown, barbecue, reheat, and more. Faster than ever before. Best of all, when you're all done cooking, guess what? The Flavorwave actually cleans up for you.
Oh,
The
God.
Flavorwave Turbo-
Never trust a device that does this much shit.
Oven is life-changing because I can throw dinner together in a matter of minutes. Straight from the freezer, right into the Flavorwave Turbo Oven to cook.
I really like the fact that the Flavorwave Turbo Oven defrosts frozen foods. I could just put something when I
mean,
get
so does the Air, so...
home immediately from the freezer into the Flavorwave Turbo Oven and I can start cooking.
I don't use any fats or oils in the Flavorwave Turbo, and that's quite surprising because you don't need them. It just comes out
Halogen is a type of light bulb, so this is just basically a big easy bake oven for adults. Oh, that's sad.
Wonderful.
You can't even learn to sous vide?
And now let's join actress and TV personality Darla Hahn and
I don't know who that is.
And TV action hero, the American icon with a bigger than
I do know him.
Life personality, the one and only Mr.
He's
T.
B.A. Baracus. What the fuck?
Personality, the one and only Mr. T.
You could have used the doorknob.
Sorry, Darla. When you invited me over for a delicious home-cooked meal, one that would keep my waistline beautiful, well, what can you expect?
Oh, that's okay, Mr. T. Now, dinner will be ready in just a few minutes as soon as you pick what you want.
Darla,
Darla, do you regularly keep a bunch of assorted meats on a ice table? It's like a tray that you would have breakfast in bed on that you have covered in ice and various frozen meats. Why do you have this, Darla? Are you okay?
Eyes deceiving me, or am I looking at the frozen food section of the supermarket?
Well, I wasn't sure what you want.
But these are all frozen solid. I pity the fool who tries to get this down. I want to...
Yes, she's having you select so it can be cooked. Mr. T, you cook food.
Eat right now, not in a few hours. How long would this take?
In exactly 8 minutes from the time you pick what you want.
You joking, right?
Oh, that's probably going to be terrible.
Just humor me, Mr. T.
Okay, I would take a nice, juicy...
I hope Mr. T got the biggest paycheck for this crap.
Medium rare...
Darla, too.
Steak.
Okay, now that's the spirit. How about a little potato and corn on the side?
Not touching my
Let me
raw
introduce
meat.
you to-
Could you please make the other foods not touch the raw meat? I'd appreciate it.
Our professional cook. This is the Flavorwave Turbo Oven.
And they can do everything I want?
Everything you want. And it's so compact and convenient. You're going to keep it on your counter and use it every day. I just put my food in, and I'm going to put a little seasoning on the top of your steak.
Don't cook all of my food in the same thing. What are you doing?
So it'll be extra yummy.
This is like a snuff film.
And if you'll do me the favor of wearing this apron, Mr. T, because you're going to be cooking too.
This is the strangest dinner invite
Ashley
ever.
says, can you please make sure my meat and 2 veg don't touch?
To cook? Are you sure?
Yes, because it's so easy. You just set it to cook, and you're off
That's
the
a
hook.
dick joke.
Now just push that on that handle, and you're cooking.
Wait a minute.
They shouldn't cook at the same rate at all.
Don't you have to defrost this first? Want to be raw on the inside and burnt on the outside?
No defrosting. And you'll notice no preheating either. With the Flavorwave oven, you can take brick-hard frozen food and put it right into your Flavorwave and have it perfectly cooked in just minutes. And it's not just frozen food.
Oh.
Raw foods, leftovers.
Why
TV
are they showing this like it looks good?
dinners, you name it, you'll have it perfectly
They should be hiding this process like the shark from Jaws. It's horrifying.
cooked in just minutes.
That's fast. Look, Ma, I'm cooking.
Now let's go make some guiltless country fried chicken and French fries.
I thought you said it would be good for my waistline.
Don't worry, Mr. T. I'm not going to add any extra butter, fat, or oil.
Wait a minute, Darla. You can't cook fries and fried chicken without oil.
Oh, yes, you can with the Flavorwave oven. Remember, I told you that it was going to be guiltless. I dipped it in egg whites and rolled it in breadcrumbs. And now I'm going to use my handy-dandy Flavorwave tongs to place my French fries on top. And I'm not going to add any oil. And all you do is set it to cook for a few minutes, and you're off the hook. Now look at this, Mr. T. This is how most people cook. They add extra fat and oil to their food. And if you look, your food is actually reabsorbing this. And this is hardened fat.
I don't think people normally fry those two things next to each other.
Eating that. But the remarkable Flavorwave with its turbo action not only cooks without fat, it actually removes more fat than anything else. Here, these just finished cooking. Look at those French fries.
It's like they got this close to inventing the air fryer.
Let me take them
Just
out.
missed.
And Mr. T, I'd like you to try one, and you tell me if you can't tell that those were not cooked in 5 pounds of splattering grease.
They so golden brown and crispy. They taste good, Darla.
That's because the Flavorwave seals in the flavor. And look, Mr. T, this is all the oil, fat, and grease that we didn't have to use. Think of all the calories that you save.
Yuck. Who want all that in their body? But how
Okay, neither of the calories on those are
Use.
correct.
Think of all the calories.
That amount of chicken is not 380 calories, especially not with all that breading, and this is not 153 calories. Per serving? Okay, but no, the one on the left is not under 400 calories total.
Calories that you save.
Yuck. Who want all that in their body? But how does the turbo do all of that?
It's almost magical. Behind the Flavorwave Turbo is pure scientific genius. First, the halogen heating elements browns and
The light bulb.
sears food, sealing in the juices. Second, infrared waves penetrate and cook food from the inside out. It also actually removes the grease. Third, convection cooking moves the air around the food, speeding up cooking time and making the food get cooked from all sides equally and faster. So food is always cooked to perfection. Take a look. See how it swirls around like a tornado? Well, that does the same thing when it's cooking.
That is so cool. So instead of turning the food, you turn in the air.
Exactly.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Now come over here, Mr. T. Do me a favor and add that water to the Flavorwave Turbo.
All right. Now what we gonna do?
Check this out. In just seconds, it gets the water swirling around. That's how it cooks your food so evenly.
Wow. I mean, it's really moving around.
And that's the same thing that happens
Yeah, it
when
is
you're
basically a
cooking
primitive air fryer, except air fryers don't use the light bulb.
soups,
And you shouldn't cook meat in them.
casseroles, gravies, and more.
That's amazing. I never
Air
seen
fryers are good for, like, French fries and tater tots, basically fried food things.
anything like
All right, drive safe, Baja. Love you.
it.
And see this great handle here? You can actually use your Flavorwave as a serving dish. No serving bowls necessary. Dinner's ready, Mr. T. Let's see. Oh, can you smell that?
Yes, I can.
Now I want you
Yeah, it
to
is good for reheating pizza.
try this. It looks
Good for Hot Pockets.
beautifully browned. Let's see if the juices are sealed on
Wow.
the inside. Look at that, perfect.
But I would never put meat in there. Don't put fucking uncooked meat in an air fryer.
Perfectly done.
Did a lot of these infomercials. That makes sense. I wonder if she got any on the back end. Like, I wonder if she got, like, I don't know, a couple cents, like 5 cents off of every one of these sold or anything. I think that's the dream. You do one of these infomercials and you get a cut like Mike Tyson, or not Mike Tyson. No, Mike Tyson? Did he do the grill? No, George Foreman. George Foreman did the grills. Sorry. Knocks out the fat.
Delicious. My taste buds is going wild. You were right, Darla. It was fast.
Well, it took just 8 minutes instead of the 45 minutes it would have taken if you cooked it in a regular oven. By the time you preheat and cook, not to mention having to take it out of the freezer and...
Amberlynn cooks steak and pork chops in her air fryer. Amberlynn has a lot going on. I don't think we should use her as an example of normative cooking techniques.
It's true. It does lock in the flavor.
And all without added fat. Oh, I've got something you're gonna love, Mr. T.
Okay. Wow, are those pancakes? I just...
It's aren't even hard to make. Get some fucking Bisquick and a fucking skillet. What are you doing?
Love pancakes, but I didn't know you could make them in the Flavorwave.
You can make fluffy pancakes with no butter. I'm gonna add a little syrup, and I want you to...
I want pancakes so bad now.
Taste those pancakes. Now, keep in mind, there's no extra fat added. Ooh, see how fluffy they are?
I can't believe there's no butter.
Someone send me pancakes through the computer.
And breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day.
Oh, and speaking of...
One of the top 3, at least.
Breakfast, look at this groovy breakfast tray. You can cook an entire breakfast in under 5 minutes.
I don't believe you.
Boy.
You're gonna... Eggs? What was that? Were those already shelled eggs?
You can make fluffy pancakes with no butter. I'm gonna add a little syrup. Added. Ooh, see how fluffy they are?
I can't believe there's no butter.
No, you can't order hot cakes during lunch from McDonald's, I don't think.
This is great.
And I'm also not I'm broke as shit. I can't be ordering food.
Breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day.
Oh, and speaking of breakfast, look at this.
Okay, those look like those eggs are maybe already hard-boiled and shelled, but I'm pretty sure if you put eggs in this thing, they'd fucking explode because they'd start boiling from the inside. And also, you're telling me sausage, bacon, waffles, hash browns, and French toast and eggs all cook at the same time? No! These are gonna be all over the place!
Groovy breakfast tray. You can cook an entire breakfast in under 5 minutes.
Boy, the kids gonna love that.
Now, this is something unique to the Flavorwave Turbo. You couldn't do this in a regular oven, Mr. T. This is my own version of seafood paella. I put my seafood on top so that all of those wonderful juices would just infuse into that rice. And all of these great
uncooked shrimp juice dripping into my rice before it cooks.
recipes come in our Flavorwave Turbo recipe guide.
You know, Darla, I love the fact that you can cook two foods at the same time.
And it actually keeps your food warm and ready to serve for hours.
It didn't say they'd be cooked well.
Kids come home late from football, dad from the office, they still can have a hot, nutritious meal.
Get a crock pot.
Wow, Flavorwave thought of everything.
Now, we all want our kids to eat healthy, right? Check this out. Roasting vegetables actually makes the vegetables sweet and tender. Look, they're perfect, full of flavor and vitamins.
That's right, boys and girls. It's always good to eat your veggies.
And another thing about the Flavorwave, Mr. T, is that you can reheat your pizza with no soggy crust. Look at that.
Oh, there's nothing worse than...
That's probably a good use of it. Again, this has parts of like an air fryer, a convection oven, basically. That's what air fryers pretty much are. It's good for reheating pizza. I'll give them that.
Reheating pizza in the microwave. I love crisp, crunchy crust. Why microwave when you can Flavorwave?
Comparing the Flavorwave to a microwave, there's no contest. The Flavorwave is going to win every time. With a microwave, your food comes out dry.
It's not for baking. Why did you bring in a certified master baker to talk about the cooking device?
It comes out rubbery.
It's like a convection oven that's heated with a light bulb.
It's really not even good to cook any food in there, just for warming up. With the Flavorwave, you have brown, you have crisp, you have moisture. Food just tastes delicious.
I used to cook a lot in the microwave. I'd heat vegetables, potatoes, sometimes meat, and the food would come out rubbery, and it always was pretty dry. And I found that with the Flavorwave Turbo, The juices were still there. The flavor was delicious, all natural. I mean, you couldn't get by the flavor. It was just so noticeable.
And now you're beginning to realize that everything that you can cook on a stove, microwave, or oven, you can cook inside your Flavorwave. You can broil, roast, steam, grill, poach, barbecue, air fry, toast, as a crock pot for stews, even bake delicious cheesecakes and more. Oh, you know what's great for the kids too is the safety feature. When you lift the handle, it automatically turns off your Flavorwave so you don't have to remember any switches. Oh, and now here's another.
Doesn't that kind of make the handle the switch?
See this? This is the optional expansion ring for when you have larger groups or family gatherings, and that increases the capacity. So now you can cook an entire turkey or a large crown roast with vegetables, no problem.
Wow. I've had some dry turkeys in my life, and I think even I would find it trouble getting this down my gullet.
I like that. You can cook an entire meal for your family or just for yourself.
That's right. And look at this, Mr. T. The Flavorwave even cleans up after itself. You just add some water and soap and you're done. Or you can even put this in the dishwasher because it's tempered glass. So tell me what you think, Mr. T. Is the Flavorwave Turbo Oven as sensational and as amazing as I told you that it would be?
You're right, Darla. The Flavorwave Turbo Oven is the most versatile cooking system I ever seen.
It's so revolutionary. Flavorwave guarantees you perfect results every time.
The Flavorwave not only cooks up to 3 times faster, it gets...
I'm gonna be honest, even just between those 2 slices of meat, the cook looked incredibly inconsistent. I think that's the biggest problem with this, is it's not cooking evenly. Like, look at this slice and how pink it is, and then look at the next one.
Every time.
Like, this is this much apart on the meat, and it's that different. Just concerned about the people who are gonna get diseases from this.
Flavorwave not only cooks up to 3 times faster, it gets rid of all that fat. Healthy, low-fat gourmet meals has never been so easy. The Flavorwave Turbo Oven is gonna change your life. So call now. Is cooking a big tiresome chore to you? Mr. T says not anymore. If you want someone else to do it, don't even look. Cause now you just set it to cook and you're off the hook.
Introducing the Flavorwave Turbo Oven, a miracle breakthrough that turbo cooks all your favorite foods up to 3 times faster with no added fat. Look, defrosting food takes forever, but the Flavorwave Turbo Oven will take brick hard food right from the freezer and have it fully cooked for you 3 times faster.
Okay, they're just gonna reiterate themselves at this point, so I'm gonna move on. That was pretty good though. Good for Mr. T. Hope he made a few bucks off that.
Nobody gives you more entertainment choices.
I think this is a promo for DirecTV and a thing they did with Blockbuster where you could do streaming rentals. This was from the year 2000, so this is before, like, Netflix was doing streaming and stuff like that. Sort of more like a pay-per-view type deal, but on demand. I don't know if people remember sort of on-demand content, that's what they called it, through cable packages and satellite TV before streaming services were really a thing.
Than Blockbuster. And now, there's one more way to bring home the magic. Because now when you go to Blockbuster, you can purchase a DirecTV system, either at your Blockbuster store.
This isn't even about that. Is this about people selling you DirecTV equipment at Blockbuster? Oh, God.
Or by calling this toll-free number.
We've always enjoyed the movies and games we rented from Blockbuster. But the other day, we found something that really surprised us. We got a DirecTV system from Blockbuster.
That seems like a really bad idea. Was Blockbuster already struggling at this point? And they were trying to find other revenue streams? Just because It seems like this would cut into their revenue selling these, because if you sell someone a DirecTV system, DirecTV has a lot of channels. I grew up with DirecTV, so they had a lot of channels and like premium channels for stuff like Starz, HBO, etc., the other movie channels. So it kind of seems like they're cutting off their nose to spite their face here by selling DirecTV systems that would have directly competed with their business.
Now everybody's...
Blockbuster did briefly have a subscription service. My grandparents have an old Roku, like a really old Roku, and on the remote, it actually has a dedicated button for the Blockbuster streaming service, and it's pretty funny. It's been dead for a long time, of course.
Excited. And everybody thinks we got it for them. Mike, he's my husband, he thinks we got it for him so he can watch all the sports action. Kids think we got it for the movies and all the kids channels.
And Discovery Kids was great. I watch Discovery Kids all the time on DirecTV.
Got it for everybody. There's certainly more for everybody. More movies, more...
I got really lucky in that I was isolated as a kid because we lived in the middle of nowhere because my dad wanted to live in the middle of nowhere because he doesn't like people and he was an alcoholic and all sorts of things. Anyway, he got DirecTV so he could watch sports all the time while drunk. Luckily, he got the package that also included a decent amount of educational channels, so as a kid, I had a lot of time on my hands and a lot of stuff to watch. So, worked out. Could have been worse.
Sports and more great family entertainment. With DirecTV, you have access to 32 premium movie channels, including Starz, HBO, and Showtime. You'll also have access to up to 55 pay-per-view choices every day, featuring your favorite movies, concerts, and exclusive special events. Just order with your remote. Plus, you can get Spanish language channels, special DirecTV programming, and, for the sports fan in all of us, every major collegiate and pro sports subscription. But we weren't just looking to get more TV. We wanted better TV and better choices. So we were glad that a lot of the programs the kids can watch are not only entertaining, they're educational. Of course, we're not going to tell them that. And Mike and I did think about the kids when we signed up, because when we go to Blockbuster, we always look at the movie and game ratings so we can control what they bring home. So our question was, can we
Last
do that
week,
with the
Lucy tried to rent Leisure Suit Larry, and I shut that shit down immediately.
DirecTV system? Turns out the answer is at your fingertips. The DirecTV remote puts you in control. Just go to the main menu and look for locks and limits. Using your own private password, you set the limits you want for your kids, based on channels, ratings, and how much you want to spend each month. Now that's one powerful remote, and you don't have that kind of control with most regular TVs or cable service. That was something we'd wondered about, but you might have a couple of other questions. I know we did. You can get the most popular local channels in select markets, and every channel comes to you in digital quality picture and sound. You can watch what you want to watch, while the kids watch what they want to watch. Because at Blockbuster, you can get a 1 or 2 receiver system. We asked for the 2 receiver system. It came with 2 remotes and just 1 dish that allows us to watch 2 different programs on 2 separate TVs at the same time. And if you buy a single receiver system and decide later you want a second receiver, no problem. Because all systems from Blockbuster feature the dual LNB satellite dish, which means you can add a second receiver in the future without having to upgrade your satellite dish. The dish is small enough that it blends right in with just about any home. And by the way, Blockbuster uses only Hughes Network Systems satellite equipment. Now Mike's done all kinds of research on this, and he says Hughes Network Systems equipment is one of the best out there.
Okay, I'm done with it. I do find some of the DirecTV stuff nostalgic, because I grew up with it. That's it. What are we gonna do? This is weird. I'm only gonna watch this for like a minute, but this is just a video of a dude golfing ominously with like weird music. Cybervision is the company that made this. Weird logo. It's an hour of just this man golfing. Firmly grasp it. MH Darkbeast says, you mentioned a crock pot, but the Ninja's the best choice, does everything. So excited for this. No ice required, it just freezes what you put in it. Is this an advertisement for the Ninja? Ninja Slushy, professional frozen drink maker. Oh, that actually seems awesome. I want that. $300 though. Jesus Christ. And then the ominous head shows up. Ah! Is this one of those hypnotizing VHSs? No. You would know. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is the entire laser disc from Dragon's Lair, the arcade game. So this is just the entire thing played start to finish.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your effort.
You have to waste $10 in quarters first. This actually exists on Blu-ray, as does the sequel, as does Space Ace, and I want to get those at some point. They might be on my wish list. Anyway, Don Bluth did the animation for these, and they're great.
To reach the Dragon's Lair.
For those that don't know, this was basically a FMV game that started in the arcade, where basically you just have to hit the right button or direction on the stick to continue your adventure, and if you didn't, you would die. It's basically a series of quick time events with a story, and there are fail states that kill you. It was on the 3DO, yes.
Lead on, adventurer. Your quest.
Oh, thanks, Screaming at the Radio.
Awaits.
There are ports available. This isn't a weird order, though, because it's just the disc start to finish. The game would tell you through the programming, it would tell the computer which clip to play, but this is just all in order, so it's out of order because it's in order. It would be like trying to read a choose-your-own-adventure book from the front page to the back in order, which isn't how you're really supposed to do it. It won't make sense. That's what's happening. That's... That's a good scream. I still like the Don Bluth animation. Poor guy. I think the character's name is like Dirk the Daring or something like that. Doing his best. Yeah, and showing all the possible. Alright, I'm gonna move on though, because I don't want to bore. Alright, let's see what's next. Ooh, Leo Mania! This is gonna come off a certain way, especially considering what we know of how weird Leo is now with his interest in younger women, let's say. Be generous and put it that way.
I'd always dreamed that I'd, be an actor and be doing well. I always had fantasies about that.
Bittergrin says, I get the feeling that the animator enjoyed killing him.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Adolph here in the heart of Hollywood.
Yeah, Generty, I was pissed off too.
Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio's hot where you're from? Well, he's off the hook in this town. He was born right here in Hollywood, USA, 23 short years ago, and he's already topping Hollywood's A-list. I'll be your tour guide through ground zero of Leo Mania. He'd come up
Ground zero of Leo Mania. Man, before 9/11, people really threw the words ground zero around willy-nilly, huh?
Street and he'd say, Mrs. Wong, I have to do this. I have to do this in front of the class. We'll see the fans, and we'll see the freaks. Are you kidding? We'll see where he grew up, and we'll see where he hangs out.
Let me see if there's actually a better copy of this, because this is so tinny. That's a different Leo. There we go. It sounds better. Dang.
I'd always dreamed that I'd, be an actor and be doing well. I always had fantasies about that, for sure, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Adolph here in the heart of Hollywood. And if you think Leonardo DiCaprio's hot where you're from, well, he's off the hook in this town. He was born right here in Hollywood, USA, 23 short years ago, and he's already topping Hollywood's A-list. I'll be your tour guide through ground zero of Leo Mania. He'd come up in history and he'd say, Mrs. Wong, I have to do this. I have to do this in front of the class. We'll see the fans, and we'll see the freaks. Are you kidding? We'll see where he grew up, and we'll see where he hangs out.
That's weird.
Baseball cap on.
So come on, hop in. You gotta hang on tight, because we're in for a Leo Mania ride. Let's kick it.
I understand, like, appreciating someone's talent, if they're an actor, a singer, performer of some sort, or whatever they have, that they have a skill. I understand appreciating that and thinking maybe like parasocially, like, oh, they seem like an alright person, whatever. To the point where you care about their personal life and like where they're hanging out, that is so weird and over a line.
Next up, it's Celine Dion singing the theme from Titanic.
No. Thank you.
Leo. First stop on the Leo Mania tour, star maps. That's what everybody hits when they come to Hollywood, and that's what we're gonna do. Cool, so you got some star maps, right? Okay.
Star maps are the creepiest shit.
Leo. ¿Tiene Leo o no? I'm really looking for a particular person. His name is Leonardo DiCaprio.
People ask about him, but I don't know where he is. He hasn't done any map that I know of.
Really?
He was in his Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand.
Years.
No, DiCaprio, I can't believe it. It's no DiCaprio. Señor, ayúdame, no DiCaprio. Leo, señor Leo. No Leo? Yes, no Leo.
Don't get my shirt wet.
You don't get my shirt wet.
Trying to find out too? Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I know. You know what? Tour buses. That's it. Tour buses.
What is this? I thought that this was going to be the one that Red Letter Media covered, which isn't. It's this one, Hanging with Leo, because there's multiple VHS fan videos obsessing over Leonardo DiCaprio. The one we're watching is a different one that I've never seen before, and this is so much worse somehow.
Do you know where Leonardo DiCaprio lives?
I know, but I'm not allowed to say because, you know, it's kind of like if I said that he lived at such and such.
You can host the rest of the show with me.
Wow. And here is the secret of where Leonardo DiCaprio lives. Leonardo lives at 3... Do you really want me to reveal this information to millions and millions of Americans, even though this lady is gorgeous, beautiful, irresistible? I'm in heaven now. I'm in heaven. Could you do that more? Okay, let's.
And you take me to Leo's house.
I want to take you there in the worst way.
Oh, come on, Dad!
I can't do it.
Who needs these guys anyway? Because check it out. On LA's gritty east side, we found the house Leo actually grew up in. Not exactly a mansion. Hey, wait a second. Bing!
Just a single-family home. Are we making fun of houses now? Forrest Espion says, Hannah, do you think that something about being a celebrity can make many, mostly men, into predators towards underage girls? Or does celebrity culture attract men who want to exploit underage girls? What are your thoughts? I think for someone like Leo, because he's had access to any women he wants virtually, not any woman he wants, but, you know, a lot of women who were into him because they're familiar with him through his work, I think it fucked up his view of himself and fucked up his view of women in a pretty severe way. So I think especially when you're a celebrity from a really young age, it just fucks up your view of people. It gives you so much privilege you don't know and are incapable of acting with people on a level playing field. I don't know. I just think, to him, he thinks, well, there are women in their 20s, early 20s who want to be with me, so fuck it, whatever. I just don't think he gives a shit about them as people and just cares about them as, like, sex objects or trophy girlfriends. It's really gross.
Does he drive?
BMW.
Yes! Bing, 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 bing. And what color?
Oh, I know this. Silver? Black? Oh my god!
What?
Does that mean this car is... Nah, it couldn't be. Could it? Whoa! It's him! That's right. It's an official Leo sighting. Remember, you guys, you saw it right here on Leo Mania.
That's the big shot. We did it.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame. They've got a lot of big stars, but they don't have the biggest star. Hey, you think Titanic would have made $1 gazillion if Chevy Chase was in it? I don't think so.
Get fucked, Chevy.
Do you know that we are on the Hollywood Walk of Fame now? Lots of movie stars and music stars and television stars. Do you know that Leonardo does not have a star? He doesn't have a star?
He needs to have a star. I can't believe that.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Leo deserves a star because anyone who can play 2 roles in the same movie is absolutely amazing. And on
Have you seen The Nutty Professor?
top of that, he's gorgeous. I think he's good. Yeah, he's brilliant. He definitely needs one.
Well, I'll say give him another 2 years. He may have a star by then.
Yeah, sure. 2 years. How about right now?
Maybe
this is so cute. It's a blank star.
Yeah, we put his name on here and we go.
Put his name on there because he deserves it.
So for those who don't know how this works, the Hollywood Walk of Fame isn't like a thing that's free. It isn't like they go, hello, Leonardo DiCaprio or other celebrity. We have chosen you to be on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You gotta pay like tens of thousands of dollars and then they do it. It's an advertising gimmick. Usually, you ever notice that people will often have like Walk of Fames happen near like a movie that they're doing coming out or something, or a book, or like it's a career-defining moment. Getting paid for either by a studio or a fan club or something like that for them to get it. Sorry to ruin that for anyone. It's not like some sacred fucking thing. You literally just go pay for it.
Leonardo.
Nobody's looking. I think I can put Leo's star right here where Lee Majors. I can vaguely remember. He was the
He's the $6 million man!
$6 million man, right? Wow.
There's a blank one right there! Don't disrespect Lee Majors!
$22 million man.
Literally, why are we shitting on Lee Majors?
Yeah! Leo, you got a star! Woo! Leo Mania's just getting started. Coming up, we'll talk to his old teachers, we'll show you where Leo hangs out.
That's weird.
And we'll hip you to all the Leo hype. So stick around, you guys.
This is awful and I love it.
To Leo right now.
The host of this is deranged.
Oh, excuse me. And you're looking right in his face. What would you do?
God, I'd like kiss him or something. I don't know.
I would probably, first of all, be in shock, start screaming, and then just clobber him. So probably like all the other girls.
Yeah, try to be cool, you know. Hey, Lil, what's up, you know? And going about my business. And inside, I'd be...
I'd just like faint.
Wow.
Probably freeze, not know my name.
They're gonna faint, trust me.
Would you leave your boyfriend for him?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys, it's quiz time. So, you think you know Leo? Then tell us what kind of pet he's got. Did you know our trivia answer? One of Leo's closest companions is his bearded dragon named Blizzard. Okay, do you know his birthday?
No, I don't.
Oh, you know, forget you.
How many of these women they're interviewing are over 27? That is funny.
Oh, he's
You wouldn't date him now, much less then.
exceptionally good at doing cartwheels. Do you know when his birthday was?
Oh my god, it's Slim Shady.
When was his birthday?
November 11th, 1974.
Bing!
Also, 25 is his cutoff, I think.
So when they scream your name over there, what do you think?
I look and I wave, and that's why I don't know what to think, really. Thank you.
Okay, so we're here at Camp Hollywood, one of the...
Freyline says, am I just too asexual to understand this? No, this is weird even for, like, sexual people. This is weird. This is weird even by normative standards. This is weird.
hottest places to get all your souvenir stuff when you're in Hollywood, and this is definitely, I should rename it.
I think it's 25,
Camp
not 27.
Leo, because
Could be wrong.
you have the most Leo merchandise I've ever seen. A lot of people come in here to ask for Leo merchandise.
Every day, always.
This is a basic, you guys. If you don't have this, you are not a true fan. The keychain, hello, cutie patootie.
That is a chunky keychain. I thought I had a chunky keychain.
All of these are Leos.
Look at the whole wall is Leo. Of course, no car is complete without the Leo dice. Look how cute. These are all magazines of all the stars. You have Cindy Crawford, you have Mariah Carey.
Is this lady considered just masturbating and getting over it?
Where's Leo?
But Leonardo sold out.
Leo air freshener. Now this one happens to be Ocean Breeze. I guess it's supposed to smell like the Titanic. It smells like strawberries. Oh, sketches.
That one also sold out. That's the last one there.
No car is complete without the Leo hubcaps. Yes, that's right. Let's put it right
That's
on there.
very normal.
Yeah.
Leo, Leo, Leo.
Him from Romeo and Juliet.
Have this one. Take this
I like Baz Luhrmann. God help me, I like Baz Luhrmann.
This one's gonna cool too. Oh man, the IMF.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that one. These are like real snapshots?
Yes, this is real pictures.
Where do you get these? Does a real photographer?
I'm assuming paparazzi sell the ones they can't sell to TMZ or other rags. They sell them to these fucking tourist trap souvenir stores.
Photographer take them or something? Oh, there he is with Claire Danes. That must have been Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, we have many of them.
And you also have Leo money as a souvenir. You can't use these, huh?
Yeah, you can
Can't
use
pay
it.
for anything with this?
Yes.
It's just a normal dollar with a sticker over the George Washington. I've seen those before.
Collectible.
Oh, it's a
So it's actual currency. It's just been defaced.
collectible. This is a real dollar bill.
Yes.
And you just superimpose his face on the...
Yeah, it's the...
This is so cool.
It's funny.
How cool is that? How much of your business do you think is Leonardo?
The percentage only him, it would be maybe 40%, 45%.
40%, that's
yeah.
a lot. And to top it all off, the cherry.
Is that illegal? I mean, I don't think you're supposed to do it. You're not really supposed to do anything that degrades currency. People do, though. It would only become a bit issue if they were doing it on such high volumes that it was actually, like, doing anything, and it's not. They're not going to deal with it, probably. H-Beard says, obligatory, she's already too old for him joke. True.
On a Sunday. Here it is.
It's the kind of thing that's illegal, but, like, probably you're not going to get in trouble for it unless you really get someone's attention.
Oh, this looks so great! You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Woo! Hey, excuse me. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm looking for like Leonardo DiCaprio magazines, like anything with his face on it.
That's all you had to say. Right here, you came to the right place. We
oh,
had it
wow,
all.
You've got quite a selection. Very nice.
Have everything you need.
Okay, I want to get all of them. So.
Okay, you want one of each?
Look at all the different magazines they used to have. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Look how cute he looks. Even Teen Dream.
Celebrity Hunks. I never even heard of this magazine. In this photo book, he looks like a babe.
One more.
This is just this month, you guys. Wow. Yeah. So after Titanic, it was just crazy.
That was it. Craziness. Anybody coming in, young kids up to older people,
yeah,
to males,
who buys
females.
the magazines? Who buys these?
Mostly the younger girls, but you also have older ladies who come in.
Oh yeah.
Who find them attractive,
Ew.
as well as teenage males, females, everybody.
Oh, men buy the magazines too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They might not admit it.
What's that noise? Oh, yeah, some people are gay and bisexual, lady. Get over it.
They do.
Ooh.
Because everybody loves Leo.
They do.
Thank you so much for
no
your
problem,
help.
anytime. Well, you gotta pay for those.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing's free at a newsstand.
Right.
Yeah. Total comes to $142.87, including the tax.
Oh.
It's Leo. What can you say?
Well, clearly this man is huge. Just how huge is he? Well, we went right to the source to find out. Kathy Sandstrom, she's the editor of Bop Magazine, and she has her finger right on the pulse of Leo Mania.
Wonder how she's doing now.
Leo DiCaprio has quite...
This magazine doesn't exist anymore, I bet.
...the fan base with young girls, and Bop and BB magazines, our readership is pretty much 10 to 16-year-old girls. We write about Leo every month, and we've been doing so consistently since from...
Fuck you for probably peddling insecurity to young girls in order to sell your rag.
Romeo and Juliet came out. He really is a boy who loves his mom, loves his grandma Oma, loves his friends, and...
Oh my god, was that Tobey Maguire?
Is a good mom, loves his grandma
I think Tobey
Oma,
Maguire and him were part of the what they called the Pussy Posse.
Loves his friends.
Which is called that for exactly the reason you would imagine.
And is a good, fun kid. We've enjoyed reporting on him, and our readership demands that we continue doing that. We at Bop Magazine have been covering Leo DiCaprio since he was on
Closed down in 2014.
Growing Pains in the early 90s. And then
yeah, he played a character named Boner.
And especially once Romeo and Juliet came out, and then again his fame got wild with the kids when Titanic came out. And I know just from having read my email from the kids, they have seen Titanic, 16 and 20 times a piece. We've enjoyed covering Titanic, and it's kind of cool to be in the midst of something that's so global and so big.
MH Darkbeast says, this woman needs an intervention. I imagine today she's in a straitjacket rocking and ranting about Leo. I'm making jokes, but I imagine the woman who is starring in this doesn't... I mean, she might be a Leo fan, I don't know. It was the 90s, so, like, a lot of people were. But I assume she's just doing this for a gig. I don't think she actually is a super fan or anything. I assume she's acting like this because this video is targeted at that kind of weird, obsessed super fan.
As a special treat for all you Leo fans, and especially the boppers out there, we've lent some photos to the Leo Mania crew, and there's about 11 cool pics of Leo being wacky at the bop offices. So, that said, enjoy the pics. Compliments.
Enjoy the pics. We're just gonna show you pictures in like a sideshow?
Keep watching.
Oh, very normal. Okay, look at these exclusive pictures of Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay. Why aren't you talking about what's eating Gilbert Grape? Are you telling me in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't the sexiest sex symbol in the history of Hollywood?
Pictures and reading about him is awesome. But with home video, we can watch him over and over and over and over and over. What's his favorite movie that you think he's made?
Romeo and Juliet.
Basketball Diaries.
Yeah, that's good.
Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
Yeah! Gilbert Grape, motherfuckers! We did it! We did it! Ah! I really didn't think they were gonna go there. Okay.
So Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
It would have to be Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
The Man in the iMac.
The Gilbert Grape kid is based.
Probably Titanic. Marvin's Room and the basketball guy. I think I've seen them all.
This is my favorite movie. The best movie. Right here, Basketball Diaries.
Doesn't matter how bad the movie is. He's in it. It'll be good.
Romeo and Juliet did very well for us. In fact, I think it did the best out of any of the DiCaprio films that we have. He has a romantic quality about him, I would say. It's a hard thing to define. Well, I think he's been an influence on a younger generation in widening the normal kind of movies that they would go and see. Things like Total Eclipse, a Dutch film that 12-year-olds came in and asked for once the Titanic was released. People have come in asking for his older films, wanting to see his work, and people who weren't aware of him.
Hell yeah, Gilbert Grape.
Before.
Struggle, can do.
They've been a little bit more adventurous in what they might watch ordinarily.
Three Musketeers?
I think it's a great thing.
When we come back, we're going to see how it all began and find out how Leo went from boy next door to an international superstar.
Also, we're going to check out his old school. Was he a straight-A student?
People say that he was a little naughty.
Or was he a class clown?
He'd come up in history and he'd say, Mrs. Wong, I have to do this.
It's all coming right up on Leo Mania.
He has a baby face.
Oh no, he's just cute.
His blue eyes.
I don't really look at his eyes.
His smile.
His lips. Like his hair, mostly.
Am I close to Leonardo? I'd like to see him maybe shave his head. He's just a cutie. I don't know.
I'd like to see him shave his
He's not
head.
like one thing.
I won't answer this question.
Leonardo is our favorite actor, but which star does Leo admire most? Leo's favorite actor?
Robert De Niro. Why did I know that? Why did I know that? I was giving a joke answer.
Robert De Niro, his co-star in This Boy's Life. Hey, you talking to me? Oh, this is the best one. A small, almost scrawny
Like, for the era, it's not a bad random guess, but that was weird.
In high school, Leonardo was teased and called Shorty and Leonardo Retardo. How could they do that to my Leo? Leonardo DiCaprio's middle name.
Wilhelm.
He speaks fluent German.
Hallo, guten Tag.
Leonardo was born in
Germany? No. France?
Hollywood, California.
Oh, bing!
compare the two, growing up from here and now being part of this premiere?
It's surreal, and I'm just getting used to it. I mean, I don't have a perfect answer for it because I don't really know. I've taken sort of two roles that have definitely like jumped up my popularity for whatever reason, so I'm adjusting to it all. I mean, it's cool, but we'll see how it is.
Let's face it, Leo's not just a pretty face. He's also a really smart guy and a really cool guy, thanks to his parents, Irma Lynn and George, who made sure that he hung out ever since he was a little kid with lots of writers, poets, and artists.
Leonardo's father was our book rep at one time. He would sell us like Bukowski and Burroughs and kind of beat poet stuff and alternative comics and that kind of thing. He used to talk about his son wanting to be an actor. He'd tell us about a couple parts that he had gotten and that he was excited about it.
He knew he wanted to be an actor. Even at 13, he said, I'm going to be an actor. This is what I'm going to do. And so we always knew that, and he was very focused in doing that. And he directed his entire life towards that. He was starting to act even when he was here.
So I understand that you had an encounter with Leo yourself.
Well, Leo's father, George, hi George.
I'm sure George watched this tape.
Some odd years ago was a underground comic book distributor, and we were one of his accounts.
I'm more interested in that. Tell me about the indie comics that Leonardo DiCaprio's dad sold.
And at times he would bring in Leonardo.
Was he so cute? Was he as adorable as he is now?
He is adorable, and he was sort of quiet and shy.
He was the kind of kid where you said, if Leo doesn't stay in his seat today, the entire class is going to have a new assignment. And Leo would just pop right up again and be himself.
Hey, you guys, check this out. I'm standing in front of the Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies. In other words, Leo's Junior High School. Yes, that's right. And I'm standing next to the head honcho, the boss. She's the boss lady. That's right. The principal of this wonderful establishment, Miss.
If I had a kid going to this school, I'd be like, hey, can you not do interviews with trashy VHS tapes about your former students, please? That'd be great.
Marianne Collins, who knows firsthand all about Leo Mania. Marianne, I know you can tell me.
Yeah.
Was Leo naughty?
People say that he was a little naughty, but I don't remember that. He was a fun kid. They say he was a real fun kid.
He was the class clown, always the class clown. He'd come up in history and he'd say, Mrs. Wong, I have to do this. I have to do this in front of the class. And he'd stand up and say, okay, what are you going to do, Leo? We're studying the American Revolution. And he'd say, I have a magic trick. And he'd
wow, it sounds like he was kind of a douche.
start to do magic tricks.
All right, so somewhere over here could have been his locker, right?
This one. This is the locker.
I felt it.
Okay, that's also probably some kid's locker now, so don't be weird.
I feel his aura. Oh my God, what would his combination be? Let me think. Wait a minute.
They
Okay,
change the combinations every year.
I know. Okay, his birthday's 11/11.
Right.
He was born in 1974. So 11/11/74. That's gotta be it.
In fairness, my school told us that. They might have lied. I don't know.
I know that's gotta be 11/11/74.
This is Leo's first acting room.
This is where it all began, really.
This is where it all began.
So where's his desk?
His desk is right here. Oh, right there.
All right.
How would you know it's the same desk?
Yes. This is it.
Wait a minute, you guys.
No, you sick bitch! You sick fuck! Don't you dare do this! I will die!
This could have been Leo's gum.
That could have been Leo's gum. I don't know.
You nasty fuck! What are you doing?
How long it's been there.
Oh my god! Okay, it's a bit. They stuck it there themselves. I'm convinced. It's a bit. Yep, it's fresh. It's fine. They're joking. It's fine.
Oh no. This is the yearbook from 1987 when Leo was in the 7th grade.
Oh, he's looking so cute. Look how cute he is. Oh, Leo.
The next one is one shot for 7th grade.
He's so cute.
This was the 8th grade.
Look, this little girl saying to him, hey, Leo, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm making billion-trillion-dollar movies. What are you doing?
This is the
She's probably young enough for him.
9th grade.
Wow, this is a really cool artsy picture of him. He took drama here, didn't he?
He was in a drama class, and he did several pieces. You know, each of the kids were able to create a piece.
So he actually was acting in this room.
Yes, in this very room. Then there's another cute little picture of him, too, that somebody drew some hair on, but that was in the yearbook that way.
Leo.
I first met Leonardo about 1992. He had just signed on to play Luke Brower in Growing Pains. So after he was signed for this role, he came to the office and we interviewed him and did a photo session with him. I remember one of the things that he did do was he went to the wall of Bop magazine and he noticed Kirk Cameron on a bunch of covers. He's like, wow, he's like, how many covers has Kirk Cameron been on? And he proceeded to count every single cover that Kirk was on. And he's like, wow, he goes, one of these days, you know, he goes, I hope I can be on the cover of Bop and be as big as Kirk. You know, now look at him today.
H-Beard says, hey, Leonardo, she likes me for me. Dear God, I'm old. I don't even know what that's referencing.
Leo's the bomb, and with a German mom and an Italian dad, there's an international war brewing over who can claim him.
They are screaming for Leonardo all the time. It's Leonardo Mania.
I am king! I am king!
Especially in Germany.
I love you so much!
The fact that Leo has a German mother is reason enough that Germans consider him one of their own.
All baloney. He's DiCaprio. DiCaprio is Italian. DiCaprio.
He has always said that Germany is his favorite country.
Luigi, what do you think? They say that Leonardo DiCaprio, the Germans say that he is German. He has the right and the honor to be German because his mother is German.
Well, that's what they say, but I think Leonardo DiCaprio belonged to the Napolitan people.
Leo used to come to Erkenschwick. That's a very small village in the Ruhrgebiet region in Germany.
È un nome nettamente italiano, veramente.
He used to do that quite often. He once told me in an interview that he's been to Germany about a dozen times.
His grandmother is German and she lives in Germany.
Young ladies from all over Germany go to the Mecca, which now is Erkenschwick, to grandmother's house.
Non è possibile! Mai nessuno può dire che questo ragazzo appartiene ai tedeschi, appartiene agli italiani, è nato all'Italia.
Ritorna in Italia e visita tutti, specialmente le donne.
So now that you've heard both sides, do you think he's Italiano or do you think he's German?
I mean, wasn't one side's argument literally his family's from Germany and the other was, but his name's DiCaprio?
I think he's American.
If the man feels Italian, he's Italian. If the man doesn't feel Italian, he's not.
Napolitano.
Napolitano.
Leonardo, aishiteru!
Titanic had a world premiere in Japan.
It must have been a total zoo there.
I don't know how many thousand girls were screaming his name, like Leo, Leo. Maybe Rio, Rio in Japan, you know.
Phenomenon is really the correct word here. When he sneezes, it's news, you know. I can only compare it to something like James Dean. And Leo isn't even dead. I mean, he only dies in his movies, you know.
He has something in his eyes, you know, like a James Dean, like tough thing.
For me, there's a darker side that comes out through his roles and his person that makes him a little bit more interesting than the normal superstar.
Leonardo is as popular as when Beatles went to Japan for the first time. Really crazy.
When somebody says he hates publicity, I think that's baloney. I think he loves publicity.
Arrivederci.
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 Hollywood has seen stars come and seen stars go, but they've never seen anything like Leo Mania. Stick around and see how big my man has become.
The best actor in the whole wide world.
Because he's done some versatile roles.
I was so disappointed when he lost the Oscar. I thought Tommy Lee Jones took it. Hello.
He makes an impression. I mean, he kind of draws you in.
I think he did a great job in Titanic.
I think he got ripped off at the Academy Awards.
Yeah, I'm really upset he didn't get nominated for the Oscars, but it's okay. He won the MTV Movie Award.
He's the best.
Those are basically the same, right?
To Lenny Williams. Ooh, bad move, dude.
What was the first Leo show to ever become a hit?
He was on some sitcom when he was young, wasn't he?
Oh,
Okay, what is it?
Growing pains.
Growing pains.
As long as we got each other. Boo-doo-doo.
I'm sorry.
How does it feel to be kind of like the great white hope of the new generation of young actors up and coming here in Hollywood?
Don't say great white hope. Oh, God.
That's...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Do they understand the historical... Do they understand the historical basis of that phrase? Oh...
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know if I am, but if that's what people are saying about me, that's definitely a good thing, and it's not a bad thing, you know what I mean?
Melrose Avenue, and everything you've heard about it is true. The restaurants, the shops, the people. It's LA's hippest place to hang out. I go shopping here all the time in front of Wasteland, which is a really, really great spot to get the best in vintage clothing. So come on in, guys. Yeah, so here we are. This is one of the places I know that Leo shops and get some like Hawaiian shirts or something like that. This is a place where you can get some really, really... Oh, no. Oh, no. You guys, don't look now, but I think that's him. Hi, Leo. How are you? Nice to see you. Leo. Hi, Dallas.
Hi.
Hi. So nice to see you. You know, you don't understand. I've been talking about you all day long. Yes. I've been talking about you all day long, and I'm so excited to meet you, and it's just such a pleasure. I saw Titanic, and
Jules Kersler says, I remember the Leo craze. It was so weird. Even grandmas loved him, and guys were angry because women loved him, and he wasn't masculine in their eyes. He was like 90s Justin Bieber. Yeah, it's always interesting when men are like really upset when what they consider to be non-masculine men are attractive to women. Like, look at a lot of K-pop stars and how much some women love them. It's almost like men's ideals aren't the same as women's ideals, and the two aren't universal anyway.
I saw Basketball Diaries, and I saw everything you've ever been in, and this is really, really, really
This is
cool.
a bit. And also, she's maybe crazy.
But I'm not him.
I'm not Leo.
I need you. Let's find some clothes for you.
Okay.
Okay, Leo would not wear that. Okay,
No.
come on.
Okay.
We have to work on it.
Did he just genuinely get roped into this? Pretty rockin'.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Leo. Hello.
Hi, I'm Julie.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta.
But he's
you know,
not
public
Leo.
appearances and everything. See you later, girl.
He's not. No, they don't. At no point did they think that.
Woo! Leo is so hot, I've gotta cool off. So get your shades on, kids. We're headed to the beach.
Like, I kind of want this to be over, but it's also kind of entrancing. I'm gonna do a Twitch poll, and Twitch is gonna decide, move on, or do we finish this up? There's about 15 minutes left, 15 to 20. Let's do a poll real quick. Alright. Answer this poll. You'll have a minute.
I'd say about 80% of the people take Leonardo over anyone else.
He's a very young, romantic
Ooh, it's pretty close!
Makes all the young
Oh,
girls
okay,
fall in
move
love
on
with
is
him.
pulling
He
ahead.
has nice eyes, he has nice hair, he has nice lips, his nose.
Because he's young and he's playing a much older role, and it puts him in a different category. So
30 seconds
will
left to
fall
vote.
for him, old or not.
It's either him or Clinton. You know, all the tourists like Clinton, all the girls like Leo. The guys too, because they want to take them back to their sisters or their girlfriends or whatever.
My brother, I don't know.
Take her back to your girlfriend, what?
Maybe he's jealous,
Wanna
maybe.
get cucked by Leo?
Yeah,
Fine.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a very good actor,
Yeah, he's got talent.
but
Alright, move on wins. Fine. now it's time for Hanging with Leo, the second Leo. No, I'll save this for another day. There is another Leo tape, though, that we will watch another time. Let me just save it real quick and we'll move on. This is called Mickey Mouse Goes to Haiti. I think it has to do with Disney expanding into other countries. It might have to do with exploitative labor practices. Not totally sure.
Made by the fashion industry and these conglomerates are astronomical. And not to be concerned for the people's lives is a totally disastrous attitude.
Yep, this is about basically sweatshops in Haiti, I think.
Especially from a company like Walt Disney that makes their living and has made their living on children, and very fortunate children. We pay dearly to support their amusement parks and their theme parks, and their products and their services are overcharged, and they benefit only the well-to-do.
And Disney is huge. They're a conglomeration of people and an organization. I mean, some people have been known to call it Mauschwitz.
Pay $12 for a shirt that they pay the workers 7 cents to make.
Terrible.
To make a tremendous fortune. And all we're asking them to do is come to Haiti with us and improve conditions for the workers. The workers are asking for 60 US cents an hour. It's nothing.
Nothing, really nothing.
And they won't even go down there and consider it. It's nothing.
It's terrible. So what do we have to do?
How much is it for a plate of food? It's 65 cents. What does that include? Bananas, rice, and vegetables.
It's 6:30 in the morning. The workers are arriving at the free trade zones. There are nearly 20,000 workers in Haiti assembling goods for American companies for export to the United States. Companies like Walmart, Kmart, JCPenney, the Walt Disney Company. The U.S. companies are attracted to Haiti by the poverty, the misery, the high unemployment. It allows the companies to pay wages of 30 cents an hour, $2.40 a day. In Haiti, the workers are paid by piece rates. In a typical day, a worker will have to do 1,500 operations.
The sound mixing gets bad here. They needed to really lower the industrial noise because you can't hear the guy.
In the Disney factories and the contractors' factories, the quota is set so high that the workers can only earn the minimum wage. This is not a Disney business. Disney will not let us into their factories. Yet these workers make 3 times what the Disney workers earn. In fact, the wages that the Disney workers earn.
Why didn't you cut out the industrial noise? Like, I'm really behind this guy's cause, but oh my goodness, their editor needed to cut the audio.
And food and
investment. We have to call all investment. We have to be intelligent enough to get advantage of this American money, but we have to have our dignity. I mean, standing up, you know, protect our workers. And it depends on us. They will not do anything different in Haiti that they did in Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, El Salvador, or wherever, Panama, or wherever. If they can suck us, they will suck us. We have to be intelligent enough to take advantage of it and not to suffer from it.
Can you stop that, please? I said no, sir.
The company says, this Disney company says that they got paid 4 times the minimum wage.
Mais c'est comme ça. Disney compagnie dur.
Yo paye employé 4 fois de plus de minimum wage. No.
So you made...
Combien quoi vous touchez par jour? I only make 36 good a day.
Did the workers ever get yelled at to go faster?
Les jours comme ça. Les jours comme ça que qui ça passe me donne pour 15 jours. Les jours comme ça qui ça passe. Si les qui n'a travail sur toujours après relais sur nous, on comprend faire vite.
Oui.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes, they're hauling at us and washing us.
Did they have clean drinking water, cold
Les
drinking
jours
water?
si gain l'eau propre, ensuite l'eau fraîche pour nous boire. Parfois. No, the water is dirty and hot.
After working 8 hours in temperatures well over 100 degrees, the workers crowd on to tap-taps for their trip home. We watched 100 workers pile onto this truck. This is typical of a Disney's workers' home. It's 8 foot by 10 foot. There's no water. The toilet's a hole in the ground that 10 families share. On the wages that this woman earns, she can't afford to purchase milk or medicines for her children. The kids are raised on coffee and sugar water.
This is important and interesting, but it's depressing the fuck out of me. So I'm gonna move on. Because goddamn, global capitalism has been a fucking blight. Okay, let's see what's next. What's the commercials from MTV from 1994?
Beavis and Butthead are not role models. Not even human. They're cartoons. Some of the things they do would cause a person to get hurt, expelled, arrested, possibly deported. To put it another way.
Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. Yeah. Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. So is 64 bits and 3D graphics.
Wow, this is a Jaguar commercial. The Jaguar is interesting in that it claims to be 64 bits, but it wasn't really. It was two 32-bit processors basically taped together.
That you can only get with Jaguar, which is more advanced. Clifford! Jaguar!
A family on vacation.
Yeah, pull it!
Hey there! We've been waiting for you.
Kevin Bacon?
The vacation is over.
I need your wife to
get me down the river. You are expendable. Meryl Streep. I'm going to kill you. Kevin Bacon. I don't think so. David Strathairn. There's no way out.
I cannot roll this big water. I cannot do it.
But down the river wild. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, September 30th at theaters everywhere. Bubblicious. Bubblicious, the ultimate bubble. In the ultimate, flavors like no tropical tango.
Thanks, Dad, and gone.
My name is Lois. I want to talk to you about something I just did. Something I've been meaning to do for some time. Find out more about Rogaine. You know, with minoxidil, whether it was for me. I'm telling you this because I think a lot of women may have the same questions I did. Well, now you know you're not alone. Here, boy.
The Rogaine's working so well. Why are you wearing a hat?
And there is some good news. See, it's never been easy to find out about Rogaine, if it's for you. There's this 800 number you can call about Rogaine. They'll send you a free information kit prepared especially for women. It's filled with all kinds of facts to help answer your questions about Rogaine. And because you need a prescription to get Rogaine, they also send you a list of local doctors experienced in these things. They even send you a certificate worth $10 as an incentive to go. That's how I got my questions answered. I hope you decide to call. I know I'm really glad I did.
Call now.
Never took the hat off.
1-800-948-0111 for a free information kit.
My Perfect 80s album, it's gotta make me dance.
I'm gonna skip that for music copyright reasons. Oh, and then it just goes back into Beavis and Butthead.
On the next real world.
Precisely, I didn't want to talk about it.
Me and Sean have been arguing a lot. I'm going to go to Miami. I know he's not happy about that.
How does it feel to be in the gutter?
But there's so many people in the
Ulysses
house that have
31
been hurt
intro?
by you,
Sure.
too.
My family is everything to me.
Pulling up.
It is the 31st century. Ulysses killed the giant Cyclops when he rescued the children and his son Telemachus.
Oh, I like weird, obscure old kids TV shows, so this is up my alley for sure.
But the ancient gods of Olympus are angry and threaten a
Oh, is it
terrible
like space, but like Greco-Roman mythology?
revenge.
Mortals, you defy the gods.
That's so fucking cool.
You to travel among unknown stars until you find the kingdom of Hades. Your bodies will stay as lifeless as stone.
Ulysses, the way back to Earth has been wiped from my memory.
Father! Oh, Father!
You are alive, my son.
Oh, like it's the Odyssey. I get it. Okay, duh. Oh, sweet. I'll have to check it out. It's on YouTube. Is there a ship called the Argo? Or do they have a weird space name for the Argo?
Me. I am hot. I'm always hot.
Yeah, it is a little Silver Hawks, but seems like it has better animation. Want some Disney Channel commercials. That'll go well with their sweatshop. The Argo is both the name of the ship from Jason and the Argonauts and the name of the ship that they used in the Odyssey. They named it after the ship from Jason and the Argonauts. Toreador says, Starship of Ulysses Paradox.
You got a headache that just won't
The Argo is also the name of my ship in Starfield.
quit.
If we're going with a ship name, Argo's always good.
Sounds like you should be watching the Disney Channel's animation celebration. Specials to make your head spin.
Gosh,
And that's not all. There's great animation films too.
you better believe it.
Check in for Funky Felines, Heathcliff, and Felix the Cat. Strike it rich with DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
DuckTales the movie is pretty good. Underrated.
Take a holiday you'll never forget in vacationing with Mickey and friends. Catch the coolest Cubs in town with Care Bears 2, A New Generation. And listen up, cause nobody tells it like Jiminy Cricket, Storyteller. Then, party on with the world television premiere of The Jungle Book.
Crazy.
So if your eyes are playing tricks on you, your biceps are less than bulging, and you're sneezing your head off, relax. The Disney Channel is your home for the best in animation.
Oh yeah, Dad and Gone. I'm a big collector. One of you recently sent me... This isn't a kid's cartoon, but this is just part of my collection. I collect Blu-rays and DVDs for people who do not know, and I was almost to my 3,000th film, and then someone sent me this, All Our Haunts, which is an incredible Severance set that has 19 European folktale movies, folk horror films, and this got me over 3,000. So whoever sent me all the Haunts BRs, you got me my 3,000th piece of my collection. I have 3,000 fucking movies and TV shows. My house is filled with this crap, and I love it. We did it.
So, keep watching for the wildest animation celebration ever.
And yet I still don't have a Letterboxd.
Man, that's what I call a swinging party.
I can start my own 24/7 channel. I actually looked this up. I do the math on this regularly. I now have enough movies and TV shows that it would take over a year, 24/7, before you had to rewatch something. You could sit down and just put in DVD after DVD for a whole year without sleeping, and you wouldn't have to rewatch anything until after about a month into the second year. So yeah. That's not helpful for me, but still good. Takes about 2.5 years to 3 years if you're doing 8 hours a day. Toreador says the far future archaeologist will enshrine this as a holy object. Clearly. Remember Brave Star? Yeah, I think we've watched the intro to that on this show before, actually. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Brave Star. Yeah, it's like a space western.
Brave Star, Brave Star.
In a distant time and faraway place, the planet of New Texas floats deep in space. Sky
Did they say the planet of Texas? That's a good prediction.
three suns, land of precious ore. The Carrion Rush brought outlaws by the score.
Okay, maybe we haven't watched this intro on this show before.
One day, a lawman appeared with powers of hawk, wolf, puma, and bear. Protector of peace, mystic man from afar. Champion of justice, Marshal Brave Star. Brave Star.
Oh god, his horse is horrifying. That honestly looks awesome. Hold on, let me see if I can find this and put it on my Amazon wish list, because it's awesome. Brave Star. Wonder if it's ever been on Blu-ray. Probably not. It's probably only on DVD, right? DVD. Oh my god, it's out of print, though. That's terrible. That price is absurd. There's no way I'm getting that. Silverhawks is there, though. Adding Silverhawks to my list. Let me try that again. Brave Star. Looks like there's foreign language versions, maybe. Not sure if it's all region, though. I'll add it to my fuel.
The following presentation has been closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
Has found a new peak of animation as both an entertainment and an art form has found a new peak of popularity, and it's Disney's animation that continues to set the standard.
Electric Brain, thanks for following.
Here's your opportunity to explore from Mickey Mouse to Beauty and the Beast. To get your very own copy of Disney's Art of Animation, just call to subscribe to the Disney Channel right now. The number is 1-800-847-9000. You'll get all that the Disney name stands for in unique programming, quality, and value.
This must have been during one of their free weekends. Disney Channel would do that where they'd give you a few days free to try it, hoping you'd sign up.
And we'll send you a coupon for this wonderful...
I think this was when they still signed off for the day, though, so it wasn't a 24-hour network. Does it include Song of the South? Oh, you want Song of the South? Or do you mean Canción del Sur? I had to import this from Spain. Was it worth it? Yes. Yes, it was.
Special edition softcover book that you...
I don't have Bionic 6, no.
...will treasure. Just return the coupon to us with your proof of new subscription.
Does it work in my Blu-ray player? It does. It's non-region coded.
The $24.95 value, but you must act now.
I'm too excited for Song of the South. I'm excited for movies that they try to keep from me being in my possession. It's not, I actually find Song of the South interesting. It's not a good movie, but it's a really interesting and kind of gross, dark look at how films portrayed slavery and the relationship between black and white people in the South during a certain period. It just treats it all as very folksy and fine, and it's really gross. Really gross. It's not a bootleg. It's not a bootleg.
This bonus is available for...
Not every foreign release is region coded.
For a limited time only.
For instance, I have a bunch of Umbrella releases that are official that say they're region coded, but when you play them, they're actually not. That's how I got my Super Mario Brothers set from them. I also have Repo Man from them, and I got it directly from their website. So.
Sorry, this offer is available only to new subscribers.
So turn on the Disney Channel and watch what happens.
Both Germany and Spain puts out some interesting releases. I had to get, for instance, Neverending Story 3 never released on Blu-ray in the United States, so I had to order that from Germany. So I have the German version of that. Not even a good movie. I just wanted the whole trilogy. It is the one with Jack Black, though, so there's that.
You're watching the Disney Channel.
He's the leader of the Nasties, a gang.
Preview. Next, it's a collection of classic Disney cartoons on Masterpiece Theater. After that, Walter Brennan stars in The Gnome-Mobile, followed by our preview show. Today,
I'm actually not familiar with the Mysterious Cities of Gold.
Disney Channel.
Not that I'm aware of a Possum Blood.
Everyone, have we got something special for you?
Glory, say, it's Gunga Day.
Nope, it's Gunga Magoo.
Hello, here I am.
And he's bringing along some incredible stories about some incredible people.
That's
Oh, you got the Gnome-Mobile? You lucky fuck. I wanted to order that, but I couldn't get it before the Disney Movie Club ended. There were so many that I wanted to get. There were so many Blu-rays, like The Strongest Man in the World, The Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes, The Kid, Gnome-Mobile, and now they're just gone, out of print.
And Winkle yonder. Oh, but I'm getting carried away.
It's an evening full of surprises with Mr. Magoo's favorite heroes.
Journey back to the...
I do believe I got Darby O'Gill and the Little People, though, so that's good.
Arctic Barrens.
Come on, it'll be an adventure.
An ancient land full of mystery.
What kind of wolf are you?
Adventure.
That place is dangerous. You can't rob it and just walk away.
And treachery.
I knew I couldn't trust you.
The original Computer That Wore Tennis Shoes with Kurt Russell.
It continues. Lost in the Barrens 2, Curse of the Viking Grave.
I love the part in Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes where they look in his ear, like with one of those scopes, I don't know what they're called, and it's just like, boop, boop, boop. It's just like old computer B-roll. Like his brain's a computer. Incredible shot. Terrible, and I love it. remember Adventures in Wonderland. Do you guys remember Adventures in Wonderland? I loved Adventures in Wonderland as a kid. Alice in Wonderland is actually my favorite book. Not the best book I've ever read, but just from a personal and nostalgic perspective, the book is one of my favorite books ever. I usually, if someone asks, what's your favorite book, say Alice in Wonderland. So the aesthetic of the whole thing is great to me. And then they did this, like, kid series that's just got this weird late 80s, early 90s aesthetic applied to Alice in Wonderland, and it's so nostalgic. Like the White Rabbits on fucking rollerblades.
Hold on to your seat, let's go for a ride. Now that we're here on the other side.
Oh my god, Tweedledee and Tweedledum fucking breakdanced. I didn't know there was a Never-Ending Story cartoon, actually. Is there a reason that episode didn't air, Will Kale, or did it just get canceled or something before it aired? A really weird one. I liked that show. I think it's on, it's on Disney Plus. Last time I had a panic attack, I had Bob put it on, and it helped, so that's good. That's a very specific thing for me. I don't think it'll help anyone else with a panic attack, but... Let's see what... Wait, there was an O.J. Simpson? Are you joking? I can't tell. Hard to tell sometimes. Project Gutenberg has Alice in Wonderland and Oz books. Oh, I know. I've read them on there before. Not the Oz books, but Alice in Wonderland I've reread on there. Almost there, sorry. Toreador says an O.J. Simpson cartoon. Surely you're joking. I am, but don't call me Shirley.
Wherever there's carpet, blast off with Fun Slides, the amazing carpet skates that glide, slide, or ride.
I think these look cool, but I always thought they were probably bullshit.
You decide.
Did anyone ever have these? Can you confirm? Were these bullshit?
Race with them, play games with them, or just cruise with them. Fun Slides bring the good times in.
Because it feels like if these were real, it would be a terrible, like, liability for the company.
You don't have to be.
Like your kid's gonna slip and bang their head against the banister and forget the 3rd grade.
Bro, just strap them on and go, go, go. More fun than socks on a polished wood floor.
I think they're basically, you know, the furniture slippy slidey things that you can put on the bottom of furniture to make them slide on the carpet. It's those, but you stick them on your feet, basically.
Fun Slides let you slide on carpet. But wait, there's more. Constructed of friction-defying super smooth plastic, secured by hook and loop straps, shock-free foam, and elastic. Fun Slides let you safely zoom across any size room. Heel to toe. Heel to toe. Just push off and away you go. Check the replay. Just push off and away you go. Gripper grooves provide traction, and you control the action. Face off with Fun Slides Hockey. dance like a maniac. Fun slide across the house, and then fun slide right back. No matter what your size, anyone can fun slide. Brothers, sisters, moms or misters, even your dog will want to fun slide.
I don't think so. That dog doesn't look enthused.
Maybe not. Down
that dog says, "Can I have my treat yet?"
the hall, around tables and chairs. Fun slide all over, but walk down the stairs. Fun slides are totally kid-powered and safe for any carpet, and they come with the National Parenting Center seal of approval. So strap them on and see where they take you. You can get your pair of fun
The
slides.
lady with the purple hat is in charge. On a good day.
Virtually every shoe size for $14.99, plus processing and handling. Plus, you can get a second pair to share for $10 more with free shipping. That means double the ride, so you and
There
a friend
is
can
PK the Lost. There is.
Both
I
fun-
haven't seen it, actually. I haven't watched much of Defunct Land's TV stuff. I know he's done a few, but mostly I've watched his theme park stuff, which is great. I'm really into theme park YouTube.
slide. As a special bonus, we'll include our Fun Slides Tips and Tricks DVD that also features bonus footage of pro and semi-pro fun sliders getting extreme.
There's no such thing as a pro fun slider. What are you talking about?
A $10 value, free with your paid order. If you've got carpet, you've got fun.
I badly want that DVD now, though. Can I find that DVD somewhere on YouTube? Hold on. Fun Slide DVD. Boo! There's another infomercial, not the commercial. I want the whole thing. Boo.
And ask about the Trick Stick Slide Rail, sold separately.
Hey, this Christmas party's getting a little too quiet. I think it's time we liven it up with my favorite Christmas...
H-Beard says, to be fair, the kids in the commercial are being paid to fun slide, so that sort of makes them professionals, I guess.
gift, Mr. Microphone. Hey, what's that?
Oh shit, it's a Mr. Microphone! Fuck yeah!
You set the dial.
For those that don't know, Mr. Microphone was a thing back in the day where basically if it was a party or something, it was sort of a cheap alternative to a karaoke machine. It's a microphone that's wireless and just basically has a short throw like radio thing, so if you have like a radio nearby, you can you know, have the microphone connect to the radio so it amplifies your voice. Sort of like if you've ever used things in your car, if you have an old car that doesn't have Bluetooth but you plug it in and your Bluetooth will connect to the device and then that'll emit a radio thing that only your car can pick up, like that.
Dial on your FM radio and testing. I'm on the radio.
These kids are
It's basically for drunk people at parties and children,
having a
which are pretty much the same thing, intellectually speaking.
fabulous time with Mr. Microphone, the cordless microphone that actually puts your voice on the radio. There are no attaching wires, so you're free to...
If I saw this guy walking down the street fucking digging it with his goddamn Mr. Microphone, I'd assume he's on all of the drugs, but also be very happy for him.
move around. Broadcast over any FM car radio.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
Oh, you can use it to harass people. Fun.
Broadcast in mono or with two or more radios in stereo.
Professional entertainers use Mr. Microphone for rehearsing.
Do they?
And you can too. It's practical and great fun for the whole family. And for only $12.88, they really make great Christmas gifts.
The perfect Christmas gift at Walgreens, Woolworth, Woolco, Oscar.
Oh, womp womp. Walgreens is closing, right? Or is it Rite Aid? One of them's closing.
Venture, Weebolts, Montgomery Ward.
Does the shoulder strap in your car cut into your shoulder?
No.
When you travel, is your shoulder strap too
This is one of those titty buddy things, right?
tight and annoying? Introducing the Titty Bear.
Titty Bear, that's what it's called.
That's T-I-D-D-Y Bear, the cute little guy that eliminates all those irritating shoulder strap problems. Designed to make driving more comfortable, the Titty Bear snaps onto your shoulder strap and moves up and down to eliminate uncomfortable pressure wherever.
Now I just look like a weirdo who wants to be motorboated by a teddy bear, though, and is that better?
Where you need it.
My shoulder strap used to pull so tight I could hardly breathe. Now with the Titty Bear, I really enjoy traveling again.
Thanks, MH Dark Beast. I'll put the link over here. Oh, the Hulk Hogan show. Thank you.
With a patent-pending
take a look at
swivel
that in a little
design, you can easily adjust the teddy bear to work from either the driver's side, passenger seat, or infant car seat.
Holy shit, did you see that kid's aggressively early 2000s
To work
shirt?
from either the driver's side,
Holy fuck, look at that shirt. That's the kind of cringy shit I would have worn, like with the fucking symbol. Oh, graphic collared shirts for kids. Those were so ugly.
passenger seat, or infant car seat, and it fits on all makes and models. Just snap it on, slide it to where it relieves the pressure, and you're ready for
I guess I didn't know there was a plushie kink, although that makes sense.
a comfortable ride. The teddy bear stays where you want it until you move it, and it's easy to slide out of the way when not in use. The cuddly teddy bear is filled with soft, cushy beads, so it snuggles comfortably to your needs. Place it here, or anywhere you need to keep those irritating straps from digging in.
My shoulder strap was always digging in, but the teddy bear, it makes it comfortable for me to drive again.
Kids of all sizes love the cuddly teddy bear, and the secure snap-on button makes the teddy bear safe and fun for infants and small children too. The cuddly teddy bear is so comfortable and convenient to use, your whole family will love it.
If you're in and out of your car all day like I am, you're really going to enjoy the comfort of the teddy bear.
Now you can have your own teddy bear and eliminate those annoying shoulder strap pains. Call and order your teddy bear right now.
For over 100 years, we've
It
been...
still exists? That's impressive. Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Very normal. Oh boy, I hope this guy doesn't turn out to be a huge piece of shit. That would be a shame. Rowdy Roddy Piper? This is a very strange intro. That was a terrible intro.
The whole country is really caught up with this physical fitness. People are jogging, people are playing handball, they're playing racquetball, and they're in the gym. Whether they're on a nutless or using just plain dumbbells like I do, and the men I manage do, you've got to be in shape and know what you're doing. Now, one of the most important things, like John Studd, who he works out 3-4 times a week, the other men I manage in the Bobby Heenan family, to be a wrestler, you've got to be strong, but you've got
Tell us about how Vince McMahon is fucking you and the other wrestlers over.
to have the technique when it comes to working out. Do it the proper way. That's what I do, because I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now,
Not to be confused with Jesse the Mind Ventura.
there's different ways you can do things. Some people, I'm in the gym 5-6 times a week anyway, so it don't matter to me. So listen to these tips. First of all, you grab the bar, and you pick it
Oh,
up.
that seemed like bad. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, God, what is this technique? Oh, my God, his back. Oh, God.
If you want, it don't really matter.
Oh,
You get the thing
Jesus
up,
Christ.
You get up here, and you...
I know it's, like, supposed to be comedy, but this is hurting me just watching him do this as a joke. Oh, ow.
That's one of the reasons I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan. I don't need this junk. I got a brain.
Junkyard. 2 bicentennial bowling balls. I'll roll 'em right over.
Hey, Junkyard, listen to this. Famous movie director Woody Brooks is searching for a vehicle to put in his newest monster movie. He'll pay $10,000 for it.
$10,000? Get down.
Hold it! You can't bring that piece of junk into this studio!
Watch what you calling a piece of junk. My junk wagon's gonna be a star.
Okay, I see no problem there.
I told you we'd get in here. Sorry, brother. Send me the bill.
When does Hulk Hogan show up?
My darling.
let that hunk of junk on the set. You
I don't think he
ruined
show.
my
Does he not
style.
show up?
I have you thrown off
I'm
this
scrubbing
lot.
through.
Now here, answer your way.
And it was the start of such a nice day.
Oh, the audio.
Well, if it isn't Junkyard Dog and his sidekick, Tito the Mosquito.
That's Tito Santana to you.
Let me guess, you're here to try out for the monster in Mr. Brooks' new monster movie.
Actually, I was about to pay them $10,000 to use their junk wagon in my movie.
Yeah? Well, that's why I'm here. Roddy Piper's name. Real glad to meet you, Mr. Brooks.
Gotta see when Hulk Hogan shows up. There's the Sheik. Hogan just doesn't show up. He's in the title. Where is he? Well, here he is in a live action segment in the middle. That's a non sequitur. Does he never show up in animated form in this episode? Like this is a ripoff. Feel ripped off. God damn it.
And scrunching and folding toilet paper. Finally, there.
Swim, and perfect to wear with family and friends.
Powered by the air you breathe.
Oh, that's classic. Let's... We're gonna watch a little Mathnet. Dragnet parody, but for math.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names have been made up, but the problems are real.
It was a Monday, 2:43 p.m.
Hogan shows up when his own daughter is there, then he waxes lyrical about her physical characteristics and touches her inappropriate, just like the TV interview. Wow, no wonder he's voting for Trump.
And warm in Los Angeles for that time of day. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday.
Did these same people do the Mathams Family? Because there was also an Addams Family parody that was about math.
I'm a mathematician. My partner is George Franklin. We'd gotten a call about a neighborhood disturbance, problem over a baseball. I mentioned it to George.
We've got a problem, George. Baseball.
I love baseball, Kate. Martha and I, we went to Dodger Stadium just last night, Kate.
The Dodgers played in Cincinnati last night, George.
Yeah, no trouble parking. You ought to go with us, Martha and me, to a Dodger game, Kate. No trouble parking.
We've got a problem, George. Let's roll.
3 p.m. George and I drove to the neighborhood to question possible witnesses. One of the first rules of problem solving is getting the facts. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, sir.
Sure. Why not? Go ahead. I mean, shoot. I got nothing to hide.
Yes, sir. You notice any kids playing baseball around here today?
Kids?
Yes, sir.
Playing baseball?
Yes, sir. That's what we want to know. Kids playing baseball.
Not really. There's hardly enough room in the store for the new ski jump, let alone a baseball game.
Yes, sir. We didn't mean in your store, sir.
Besides, I wasn't here all day.
Where were you?
When?
Then?
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 There.
What were you doing there?
Where?
There.
Nothing. Not much anyways. Just watching a bunch
Are
of kids.
kids gonna get the Dragnet parody? Like, I know this was a while back. This was a couple decades ago at least, but I don't know. Oh, it's probably 3 decades ago, actually. Maybe kids then would get a Dragnet reference.
Play baseball.
Do you know where they are?
Who?
The kids.
When? Then?
No, now.
Yes.
Where?
There.
What happened, son?
We lost our baseball, ma'am.
Uh-huh. A lot of that going around.
Yes, but this ball is different.
Different?
Yeah, you know, not the same.
How was it different?
For one thing, it wasn't ours.
It was my dad's. It was a special ball. It was signed by Babe Ruth.
The King of SWAT.
Why were you playing with the signed Babe Ruth ball?
What?
Sultan of SWAT. My dad finds that I lost his souvenir, he'll murder me. Gotta find that ball.
When was the ball last seen?
When Nell belted it, I really teed off on it.
Good pitch.
High and tight, right in my wheelhouse. I got the meat of the bat on it, and I was playing left field. Sailed over my head, still rising. I lost it in the sun. She hit it a ton.
It's as if it vanished, in thin air. We can't find it anywhere. My dad's gonna skin me.
We'll do the best we can. Let's measure the area, sketch it on paper, and run it through the computer. It'll be easier to sift through the information once we can see it.
Right.
Anything else, kids?
Don't think so. Just that I need that ball by the time my dad gets back from his business trip, or he'll rip me to shreds.
Yeah. We'll get back to you. 3:45 p.m. We asked Jenny Carlson, our computer expert in the lab, to help us out. She copied the information George gave her from his sketch onto the computer.
All right. This is a map of the area. Here is home plate where the ball was hit. This is left field, the direction the ball took.
What's that?
That's the billboard, remember, George?
You're right.
Now, if the ball landed in here, the kids would have found it.
But the left fielder was here, and he said the ball went over his head.
Well, if it landed behind the left fielder, they should have found it, too.
It wasn't there. They looked, we looked, no ball.
What if it had gone farther against the sign?
That would be a heck of a clout. Do you think she could have hit it that far?
She said she got it all.
Well, if the ball hit the sign, this is what might have happened. It would have bounced here.
The angle of incidence
Thanks
equals
for
the
the link,
angle
Dad
of
and
reflection.
Dawn.
Yeah, the ball would bounce off the sign at the same angle it hit the sign.
If this angle is 50 degrees, then this angle will be 50 degrees.
Now, if the ball hit somewhere else?
This might have happened.
Uh-huh.
Or it might have done this. In every case, the ball bounces off the sign at the same angle it hit the sign.
Well, if it hit the sign, it would have to be somewhere in here.
There was a house there, George. Let's roll. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Monday, Mathnet. This is my partner, George Franklin.
Mathnet.
Mind if we ask you a few questions?
Like what?
These kids lost a valuable baseball. We have reason to suspect it might be on your property. We'd like to search the grounds for information. Mind if we take a look around?
What would their baseball be doing on my property when they play way over there?
The angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection.
Do you know how baseball works?
What?
Mathematics and physics.
We think the ball hit that sign. If it did, it should have bounced on your property, probably on your porch. Did you hear anything like that?
A baseball bouncing on my porch?
Yes, ma'am.
No, but then I've been gone most of the day.
Remember what time you left?
I remember exactly. I forgot my shopping list. I had to go back inside to get it, and I noticed the clock. It said exactly 1:45.
Yes, ma'am. Mind if we check that porch?
Okay. Watch the step.
We went over the property with a fine-tooth comb. No sign of the ball. Let's take a look at that sign.
Think the ball could have done that?
Could be. Let's get back to the office. We'll keep working on it, kids.
Sure hope you solve it.
Your dad?
Yeah, he'll John Porter me.
Morning, Jenny. Did that new information help?
Sure did. You know what?
What?
Look. That's the house. If the ball hit the sign where you think it did, it would have headed right for Mrs. McGregor's front door. It must be in the house.
Couldn't be. The door was closed.
But look at this. The ball hit here. It would have ricocheted and gone right here. If the door was closed, it would have bounced into this area.
We looked there. No ball.
Kate, wait a minute. Remember what Mrs. McGregor said? Hello, ma'am. This is George Franklin, Mathnet. Ma'am, when you went back into the house for your shopping list, did you close the door? You didn't?
If the ball was hit then, it must...
I'm sorry, she left her door open when she went to the store?
Be in the house.
I already think it's ridiculous when people don't lock their doors when they leave, and you're leaving it open. Great. Cool.
Ma'am, we're coming back to see you. We have reason to believe the baseball
No
is in your
insurance
house.
company
Why don't you
should
look
cover
around?
her, ever.
But that's easier said than done.
How's that, ma'am?
My house has been stolen.
Oh.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names have been made up, but the problems are real.
It was 9:43 a.m. We were working on the case of the missing baseball. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. We decided to look at the last scene from yesterday's show to refresh our memories.
Hello, ma'am. This is George Franklin, Mathnet. Ma'am, when you went back into the house for your shopping list, did you close the door? You didn't?
Perhaps I've taken this show too seriously. Have you seen my show? This is literally all I do.
It must be in the house.
Ma'am, we're coming back to see you. We have reason to believe the baseball is in your house. Mind if we look around?
Not really, but that's easier said than done.
How's that, ma'am?
My house has been stolen.
Courtesy of yesterday's show.
Tuesday, 10:22 a.m. We decided to question Mrs. McGregor about her problem.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I've been better. Wipe your feet and get off my sidewalk.
Want to tell us what happened, ma'am?
I went over to my sister's house last night to watch the Dodger game.
You have a sister living in Cincinnati?
On
One sec. Not ass. Weird, they also did an Addams Family one at some point. That's gonna bother me.
television. I spent the night there, came back this morning, and the house was gone.
Did you notice anything unusual yesterday before you left?
No, nothing. Well, wait. There was a man.
A man?
Yes, you know. A man. Deep voice. Has to shave.
Yes, ma'am, but where was he?
Sitting in a pickup truck across the street, wearing glasses. I didn't think too much about it at the time. There've been a lot of strange ducks around here lately.
How's that?
Well, for the past 6 months, people have been pestering me, trying to buy my house, rent it, rent a room. Well, I'm sick of it. I told them I wouldn't rent and I wouldn't sell. That's why I put up all those signs. Guess I missed one, though.
How's that, ma'am?
Should have put one up that said, "Do not steal house."
10:49 a.m. We needed more facts, and we needed to figure out what those facts meant.
Figure there are 3 ways to dispose of a house, Kate.
Uh-huh, that's about right.
They could blow it up.
Yeah, but there would be a lot of debris around.
Right. Or someone could have dismantled it.
Takes a long time to dismantle a house, George.
So that's out. The 3rd way is to jack it up, put it on a flatbed truck, and haul it away.
And if that's how they did it, someone must have seen or heard something. We decided to question the neighbors to see if they saw or heard anything suspicious. Morning, sir. We're Mathnet, working on the case of the missing baseball. I wonder if you could help us out.
I'm not very good at finding missing baseballs.
Yes, sir.
I found a missing golf ball once.
Uh-huh.
It was in the weeds.
Yes, sir.
It was, you know, round.
Most of them are.
What a day that was.
Last night, sir, were you home and did you see or hear anything unusual?
Yeah, I was home. I was watching a Dodger game.
You live in Cincinnati?
No, it was on television.
Yes, sir. Did you hear anything suspicious?
Like what?
Oh, maybe a house being stolen?
No, nothing like that. There was one thing, though.
Yes, sir.
In the 14th inning of the ball game, my TV went on the fritz. You know, couldn't see a picture.
How long did that last?
Not very long. Dodgers had 2 men on, nobody out. Next thing I know, the Reds are batting in the last of the 14th. Funny game, baseball.
It's a game of inches.
Now, if they trucked the house away, the truck would have left tracks.
I don't see any. Maybe they put ramps down to cover their tracks.
Maybe. Let's get the facts.
Do not steal the tent.
Hello, ma'am.
That's funny.
Any progress?
No, ma'am. That baseball is just as missing as it ever was. Mind if we take another look around?
Be my guest.
I like how we're still focused on the baseball. The house is incidental.
Ever seen these glasses, ma'am?
Nope. Oh, wait. They look like the glasses that man I was telling you about was wearing?
Deep voice, shave.
That's right. What would they be doing here?
We'll have the boys in the lab run a make on them. Come on, George, let's roll.
Yeah, but...
4:43 p.m. George sent the glasses to the lab to check the prescription and to see if they could help us identify the owner while I went back over the facts. Is that the lab?
No, it was Martha. She needs more peppers for the meatloaf. You want to stop for dinner tonight, Kate?
Maybe. What are you having?
I don't know. She didn't say. She just said to stop on the way home for peppers for the meatloaf.
Maybe you're having meatloaf.
Oh, I doubt it.
How's that?
It's difficult to make. She's out of peppers.
See, this isn't the kind of dumb, like, back and forth, dry, I don't know. That's funny. That's stupid, but that makes me laugh.
Uh-huh. Let's go over the facts, George, and see if we can make
Who's
some
on
sense out of
first?
them.
The ball was lost yesterday. It probably bounced off the sign.
Right. Ricocheted over to Mrs. McGregor's porch, probably right through the open door, so it's inside the house.
Right, but the house is missing. What does that tell us?
Somebody wanted that baseball real bad.
What else?
We find the house, we got the ball.
Okay. The house wasn't blown up, we know that.
Right. It wasn't dismantled either. And we know that it could have been hauled away in a truck.
So what does that leave us? What's the only possible answer?
I've got it.
Good.
The house is still there.
What's the only other answer?
I don't know.
Mathnet, Monday. Oh, hello, Howie. No luck on the missing ball yet. We'll keep in touch. I understand.
Howie?
Yeah. His dad's due back in 3 days. If we don't find that missing baseball,
Yeah?
his father's going to turn him inside out.
Stymied, Kate. The house with the ball in it is gone. It's just gone. It couldn't have just flown away.
Or could it?
Like, is it literally the same guy, Drew? Because it definitely sounds like Egon. Oh my. How many parts is this?
The lab to check the
Real bad.
Keep in touch.
in Mrs. McGregor's house, but
The names have been made up.
it hadn't snowed for months. We were working on the case of the missing baseball. We figured the ball was in Mrs. McGregor's house, but it had been stolen. The house, that is. We decided to look at the last scene from yesterday's show to refresh our memories.
Mathnet, Monday. Oh, hello, Howie. No luck on the missing ball yet. We'll keep in touch. I understand.
Howie?
Yeah. His dad's due back in 3 days. If we don't find that missing baseball,
Yeah?
his father's going to turn him inside out.
Stymied, Kate. The house with the ball in it is gone. It's just gone. It couldn't have just flown away.
Or could it?
George and I returned to Mrs. McGregor's tent to see if we'd missed anything.
I don't think we missed
I'm
anything.
sorry, I'm tired.
Kate?
After this episode, we're probably going to call it a night.
George, look at the trees.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a... They're naked.
Right, no leaves.
Must have been a heck of a wind.
Mm-hmm. But look at those trees over there, and over there.
They're still dressed.
He definitely has a
How could
similar
the wind have blown
voice.
the leaves off these trees and not off those trees?
Maybe it wasn't a natural wind.
You mean an unnatural wind?
I can hear him saying he collects spores, what is it? Spores, molds, and fungus, I think is the line.
What if it was a
I
helicopter?
collect spores, molds, and fungus.
And the downdraft from the rotors blew the leaves off these trees?
Mhm.
Sure, why not? But is a helicopter capable of lifting a house?
Let's ask a man who owns one.
Do you know much about helicopters, General Scarlett?
If I don't know it, it ain't worth knowing.
Do you know who invented the helicopter, General Scarlett?
Yes, I do. Ask me another question.
We asked General Scarlett if it were possible for a helicopter to move a small house. He said yes, and showed us a videotape of one of the few choppers that could do it.
Why did someone steal her house? And what does this have to do with a baseball? That is really cool footage. Not gonna lie.
We asked him if there were any in the area.
I just had that tape ready to go. I feel like he should be a suspect.
Have two right here on the base, and there are two others owned by airplane leasing companies. One's in Los Angeles, the other's in Oxnard.
I saw the clip for the Doctor Who Christmas special. If there was an official trailer, I didn't see it, but I know they did like a 5-minute clip that's like the intro that looked pretty good.
Now we were on the trail. We figured the house must have been airlifted, and the only two companies who could have done it were in our area. We were home free.
You sure? Well, thanks anyway.
Who did they rent the chopper to night before last, George?
They didn't. Their XY313 is down for repairs. Hasn't flown for 2 weeks.
Impossible. And the other company didn't rent theirs out either?
Nope. Not much call for a chopper like that, I guess, Kate. One that lifts houses, I mean.
I felt sure we had him this time. Mathnet, Monday. Oh, hello, Howie. No, I know. Not yet. Your dad's going to be home in 2 days. Really? We're working on it.
Should they be calling CPS? Because it feels like this kid is very sure his dad's gonna beat the shit out of him, and that seems not great.
Yeah. His dad's going to make him walk the plank if we don't get that baseball back.
I'm really sorry. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I was trying to hold it, but I cannot. So while I'm gone, Cher will tell you about... The Last Starfighter on 4K. You're back? I know the baseball's in the house, but I don't know. Is someone gonna steal a house just for the baseball? How did they know the baseball was in there, and how did they know it had Babe Ruth's signature?
We decided to check with Ginny in the lab to see if those glasses could give us some information.
Hi, mathematicians. I'm running a check on the glasses.
Find anything yet?
38 things.
38?
You know, between 37 and 39.
Uh-huh.
Those frames have been manufactured for only about a year. So far, 38 have been sold in our area.
What are you doing, Jim?
Banged my elbow while I was in the bathroom, and it hurts like
I called into the
you
local optometrist
wouldn't
database to check on the
believe.
glasses that you brought in. The frames have a serial number, and I sent out the glasses to get the prescription. There are the numbers.
I don't know what those numbers mean. Let's ask an expert. George, call an optometrist and find out what visual problem someone has who needs that prescription. Jenny, will you find out how many of the 38 frames have that prescription?
Sure can, Kate. I just have to search the database. Three, Kate.
Great. And there are the names and addresses.
Kate, the doctor says it's a pretty common prescription. They're reading glasses for someone with the slightest stigmatism.
Then someone could fly a helicopter without them.
Sure, or play baseball, or ride a pony, or fall up a log, or...
Anything but read.
That's right, or any other close work. You know, like needlepoint, or building a model train, or picking aphids off baby roses, or...
The names of the owners of the glasses are Justin Michaels, Clarence Sampson, and Alfred Fox. That's with 2 X's, Kate.
That doesn't help me much.
How's that?
I don't know any of these guys.
Don't worry, George.
Huh?
You will. Thanks, Jenny.
Anytime.
I don't
We
know
still
any
on
of
for
these
Saturday,
guys.
George?
Sure are. Martha's looking forward to it.
Going to have meatloaf again?
Sure.
I can't come, George. I'll be right back. Watch the phone, George.
Answer the phone, George.
Mathnet. Who? Scarlett. No, this isn't Kate. It's frankly Scarlett, and I don't give... Oh, General Scarlett. I see. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, just what kids love, a Gone with the Wind reference.
Got something?
Maybe. Said he forgot about one XY313. Right in our backyard. A fellow has one at Burbank. Says he rents it out sometimes. Here's the number.
I ain't know
Yes,
nothing
sir.
about
Kate
birthing
Monday,
no
Mathnet.
babies.
I understand you have an XY313 for rent. Uh-huh. Didn't happen to rent it a couple of nights ago, did you? Uh-huh. Could you tell me who you rented it to? I'm sorry. Could you tell me to whom you rented it? Yes, I'll hold. Uh-huh. Clarence Sampson. Do you have an address on him? Uh-huh. 727 Bluff Drive. Thank you.
That's the name of one of the owners of the glasses, Kate. What a coincidence. 2 guys with the same name and address.
It's one guy, George. We've got our man. Let's roll to 727 Bluff Drive. Notice something strange, George?
Yeah. All the numbers on this side of the street are even, and 727's an odd number. No problem. Just means the place we're looking for is on the other side of the street.
Have you looked on the other side of the street, George?
There are no odd-numbered houses on Bluff Drive. The address is a phony.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names have been made up, but the problems are real.
It was Thursday, 2:43 p.m., and it was over 110 degrees in Sri Lanka. Luckily, we were working Mathnet out of Los Angeles. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is
Again, yeah, just silly jokes. I don't know what's this kind of humor called, where it's just very dry, silly jokes. Not really trying to comment on anything. It's just like puns or taking people literally. I don't know.
Green, Chief of Detectives. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. We had been working on the problem of the missing baseball and had gone down one blind alley after another. Still no solutions. Just have to keep at it. We decided to look at the last scene from yesterday's show to see if there was anything we had missed. Notice something strange, George?
Yeah. All the numbers on this side of the street are even, and 727's an odd
Leslie
number.
Nielsen?
No problem.
Why are we gonna bury them up to their necks on the beach and wait for high tide?
Just means the place we're looking for is on the other side of the street.
Have you looked on the other side of the street, George? There are no odd-numbered houses on Bluff Drive. The address is a phony. We're still working on it, Howie.
Can I do anything to help?
Not yet, son, but if we think of something, we'll call you.
My dad will be home tomorrow.
We know, Howie. We're doing
Gonna
everything
beat the shit out of me.
we can.
I hope it's enough.
Son?
If I don't get that baseball back, he'll tar and feather me.
Uh-huh.
He'll put me in the stocks.
We're trying.
Probably run me out of town on a rail.
Goodbye, Howie. Did you run a make on Clarence Sampson?
Uh-huh. It's amazing what we can do with these computers, isn't it, Kate? I remember when we had to do it by hand. It took weeks. He goes by a lot of aliases. Charles Charlie Sampson, alias Carl Sampson, that's with a C, alias William Howard Taft
Oh,
Sampson.
thanks, Dan.
What have you got on him?
Spent 13 years in state prison for robbery. Paroled 6 months ago.
Uh-huh. What kind of robbery?
Gold bars. They took 10 of them in 1975. Know what they were worth?
Nope.
Well, according to this, a gold bar weighs 330 ounces.
Uh-huh.
And gold was worth $160 an ounce back then.
Let's see. 330 is about 1/3 of 1,000. 1/3 of 160 is 53. So each gold bar was worth $53,000.
So 10 bars at $53,000 each, he got away with more than $500,000. Probably worth a lot more today. The gold bars, I mean.
Uh-huh. And they never found the gold?
Nope. You know how he did it? Swiped the gold, I mean?
How?
Took it out of the top of Fort Knox. You know, Kentucky, the bluegrass state.
Out of the top. How did he do that?
Helicopter.
We needed more information.
If you tried to fly a
I asked James
helicopter
to
over Fort Knox, you would have been blown up long before you got there.
the specs on the XY313. George was checking some house moving companies to get an approximate weight on Mrs. McGregor's house.
Thank you very much, sir. I've got some info on the XY313. It's got a range of 600 miles.
It's a lot of range.
How's that?
Look. The missing baseball was here in Burbank.
You mean the house?
Yes, but as George says,
You got the house?
you got the ball.
Uh-huh. Go on.
Look, on this map, 1 inch equals 20 miles. So for 600 miles, we would measure 30 inches, which would take us all the way up to Oregon.
So the house could be almost anywhere.
But the helicopter's range is 600 miles. It would have to fly back to base after dropping off the house, so it couldn't have flown more than 300 miles each way. But that would still take us all the way up to here.
That's still too much ground to cover.
Jenny, Kate, I got an approximate weight on the house. The moving company said it weighs about 7 tons.
14,000 pounds.
The XY313 can handle that. It could carry up to 16,000 pounds, but the 600-mile circle is still too big.
Wait, we're forgetting something.
I know, Martha told me. Green peppers for the meatloaf. You sure you can't come, Jenny?
Positive.
Kate,
Uh-uh.
you guys ever had Martha's meatloaf?
Yep. What we're forgetting is that the helicopter was carrying a house. Now, that extra weight would cut the range back even further. But how much?
Yes, sir, me again. I was wondering if there was any way you can tell me how far the helicopter flew. You can? Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, I see. Thank you.
Got something?
Blackboard. He said he refueled the tank this morning. It used 2,400 pounds of fuel. At top speed, it burns about 4,800 pounds per hour.
2,400 divided by 4,800 equals 1/2. That means it was up in the air about half an hour.
Right.
What kind of speed does it make?
The XY313 has a top speed of 160 miles per hour.
So in a half an hour, it would have flown half that far, or 80 miles.
He flew someplace and returned to the base.
That's right. We take 80, divide it by 2, and we get a radius
Yeah,
of 40.
each of these segments was a different day of the week. I think it's weekdays, it seems like, because I think it's 5 parts, so they probably aired new episodes on weekdays after school, if I had to guess.
Miles.
This was part of a show called Square One TV, so I assume they had different segments that would continue throughout each episode.
40 miles, I mean.
Let's take a look at that other map. On this map, 1 inch equals 5 miles. So 8 inches equals 40 miles. This is the helicopter base, so the house could have been dropped anywhere within this circle.
But look, 20% of that circle is Pacific Ocean. We can eliminate that area.
Uh-huh.
They wouldn't have put it there.
Right.
It would sink.
All we have to do is concentrate our efforts in this area, but it's still going to take time, and we need that baseball by tomorrow.
Wait a minute, we're forgetting something
You
else.
wouldn't have put it there.
A helicopter would make a lot of noise
It would
carrying
sink.
a house. Let's question some of the residents in the area and see if they heard anything.
That's going to take time.
One time they did a Mathnet special, and it was just an hour of Mathnet. That sounds great.
Got an idea. Hello, Howie? No, it's not your father. I asked Howie and his friends to ask people all over the area if they heard or saw a helicopter on the night the house was snatched. They began to call in with their reports. Uh-huh. And no one saw anything, but a couple of people thought they heard a chopper. Uh-huh. What's that? Nothing unusual except what? Television reception on the Fritz. Thanks, Howie.
Anything, Kate?
Some people complaining about their television reception that night.
Funny. So was the guy we talked to.
What guy?
The guy in Tuesday's episode, remember? He complained about his TV reception, too.
Fourth wall break.
Mathnet Monday. Hello, Nell. Find out anything? Some complaints? TV reception. Are you in the Whitechapel area? Thanks. George. Those complaints are all coming from the same direction.
Mathnet. Yes, Mr. Becker. More complaints about TV reception? What area? Thanks. Same direction, but further south.
Yeah, this is
And it
teach
must have
kids
been the
math.
helicopter that was causing that interference. Look, it's giving us an arrow. The house has to be somewhere along this line. What we've got to figure out is where that interference stopped. Call Howie. George called Howie and told him to follow the arrow until he ran out of interference complaints. I checked the map.
I'll get it. It's probably Martha. Sure you can't come, Kate? She'll be awful disappointed.
Uh-uh.
Mathnet. Oh, hi, Howie. I thought you were my wife. Really? The complaints stop at Scenario Circle? Nothing beyond that point? Terrific, Howie. The house has got to be here.
We've got our man, George. Let's roll.
All right, one more segment.
The story you were...
It was Friday, 2:43 p.m. We were working the day watch out of Mathnet. Clouds covered the LA basin. Rain had fallen near the coast. Somewhere a loon cried over a lake. We were still trying to solve the problem of the missing baseball. We decided to review yesterday's episode to refresh our memories. George called Howie and told him to follow
Not as
the arrow
violent
until
as
he ran out of
Night Trap,
interference
though.
complaints.
Dad and Gone.
I checked the map.
Really? The complaints stop at Scenario Circle? Nothing beyond that point? Terrific, Howie.
Ooh! Night Trap parody. Night Math. They teach you math, and if you fail the math problems, they murder the co-eds. Just like in Night Trap.
The house has got to be here.
We've got our man, George. Let's roll.
Looks like these houses have been here forever, Kate.
Uh-huh. But how about that little one over there? Looks a little out of place, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. And it does look like Miss McGregor's house.
A little bit, yeah.
Except for one thing. Her house was green with green shutters. This one is green with white shutters.
Let's talk to the owner anyway. Look, George, a missing porch board. Just like the porch at Mrs. McGregor's house. This must be the place.
Could be.
Wait, it took the porch, too? The porch is attached to the house?
Coincidence, Kate. You know, I mean like a happenstance.
Uh-huh. Well, nobody's home. We'll just have to come back later. This must be the house. We called Mrs. McGregor and Howie to headquarters to ask some additional questions. We asked Mrs. McGregor about the floor plan of her house. Are you sure this is what the inside of your house looked like?
That's it, miss.
If the ball entered from the front door, it would have come here.
Uh-huh. And bounced off this wall, probably ended up in this corner.
Well, let's get out there and look in that corner.
They have calculators for guns. It's unfortunate. When I was a kid and in school, my teacher would always tell me, you won't always have a gun with you, so you need to do your murdering longhand, and now we all have guns on our phone.
That's correct, except
What a waste.
for one thing.
Ma'am?
That's not a wall, that's a fireplace.
Then the ball is in there, right in the fireplace. Mrs. McGregor will be in touch. Howie, come with us. We'll have your father's baseball back in no time.
Uh-oh.
Aren't you happy?
Just one thing. It was cold last night. What if they had a fire in the fireplace?
We were sure we had the right house. All we had to do now was prove it. Afternoon, sir. I'm Monday.
Frankly.
Mathnet.
I never work with a net. Go away.
Wonder if we could ask you a few questions, sir.
The answer to your question is no.
Guy looks like a William Shatner impersonator, like 70s Shatner.
What's your name, sir?
Like Kingdom of the Spiders Shatner.
Oh, that's easy. Chuck. Charlie. Samson. Simpson.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. My mother sewed it into my socks.
Uh-huh. Wonder if you could tell me how long you've lived here?
Lived here? All my life. I was born in this house.
Really?
Yeah. I went to school here. Got married here. I've been here a long time.
Yes, sir. We're looking for a missing baseball.
You have an unusual occupation.
Yes, sir. I wonder if you've ever seen this.
Lord with 50 bits says, so your VHS capture device, does it actually need head cleaner? Can you really use that stuff that none of us have? Genuinely asking. You can use it. I haven't. There are tapes you can just get that do it that are easier. It's impractical to actually use that stuff as VHS head cleaner. They have better ways of cleaning your VHS that don't involve that.
I can't see a thing without my glasses.
Some people are probably confused by what I just said. Don't worry about it.
I must have mislaid them.
Are those your glasses over there?
You can juggle tool balls in one hand. Yeah, that's how I started learning. It's actually a pretty good way to learn, is by doing just two balls in one hand, and then you just have to add a third one to swap out for one of them consistently. And that's basically the same as 3-ball juggling. Just gotta throw that other one in there. 1 1 1 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1.
Oh, sure. Thanks. I'm always mislaying them. My glasses, I mean. Sure wish I didn't need them, you know, to see with.
Yes, sir. About that baseball.
Nope, can't help you. I never saw it in my life.
We have reason to believe it might be in your house. Wonder if we could take a look around.
I can tell you that baseball is not in my house. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
Did you have a fire in your fireplace?
I'm gonna say no to the hats off Peep Lord just because there's only like 3 minutes left in the stream and I don't want you to feel like you wasted those points. So save them for the next stream you're a part of.
Last night.
Are you kidding? This is L.A. That's a fake fireplace. Hey, kid, where are you going? You know you're in my fireplace.
I got it. I got the ball.
Congratulations, Howie.
Your father will be happy.
Yeah, and I'll be able to grow up and lead a normal life. Probably meet the girl of my dreams. Have a place in the country.
Uh-huh.
Well, Samson, still say it's your house?
Hey, a baseball in the fireplace doesn't prove anything. A lot of people keep a baseball in the fireplace.
You're a lucky kid to have a real autograph from Babe Ruth.
I'll say. A real baseball in a fake fireplace. Behind some fake logs. On top of some fake gold bricks.
Fake gold bricks.
Fake gold bricks?
Fake gold bricks. So that's where he hid them. Uh-oh. All right, you got me. I stole the gold years ago. I spent some time in prison. That's all behind me now, so...
So?
Can I go now?
You're forgetting one thing, Samson.
Yeah?
We got you on a 484.
484.
Stealing a baseball.
Why'd you steal my father's baseball, Mr. Sampson?
I didn't steal your father's baseball. I stole the house.
Why did you steal the house?
The gold is in the house?
It wasn't for sale, and I needed it.
There are plenty of other houses in the greater Los Angeles area. Why this one?
Well, it's like this. When I stole that gold, I had a partner. He got away, but also he took the gold with him. And when I got out, I traced him here. He was living in this house when he got arrested for another crime. So I knew he must have hidden the gold in this house.
So you put the nab on the house to get the gold.
And it was here all the time. My partner built a fireplace out of gold bricks. Can you beat that? Should have known it, too.
Oh?
Used to be a bricklayer before he turned to a life of crime and corruption.
Would you say that crime does not pay?
I sure would. Not the way I do it, anyway.
Funny, Baja.
We handed Clarence Sampson, alias Charles Sampson, alias Carl Sampson, alias William Howard Taft Sampson, over to the ever-vigilant Los Angeles Police Department.
Congratulations, partner.
Clarence Sampson was arrested for filching the house, which he was made to return. And he was found guilty of baseball theft and sentenced to an appropriate number of years away from society.
An appropriate number of years to cogitate and solve? Cogitate? That was cute. I'd watch more of that at some point. Pretty good.
Major
69? Write down a number. Yeah.
All right, so thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Fun day. Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow. We're probably doing Chud Watch tomorrow. That was the original plan for today, but there just wasn't enough material. So I'm hoping by tomorrow midday, we'll have some more stuff to cover for Chud Watch. If you're someone who showed up and isn't a follower yet, maybe give me a follow. We do fun streams all the time, all sorts of different topics. I do VHS Vault usually at least once a week, but I also tend to do conspiracy theory videos where I debunk conspiracies and talk about why people believe them. A lot of fun. So, hang out. Alright, we're just gonna do a raid here on Cassafel, a friend of mine. We'll call it a night. Thanks, Dan and Con. Hope to see you again in the future. Alright. I will see you lovely people tomorrow. Until then, stay cool and do math or whatever. Love you, Mr. Blast. See you later. Have a good night, everyone.